Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. So we are continuing our
Games folder.
legendary journey in Eldrum Untold, alright? So here we go.
Opening games folder.
We are going
City of
to
Blood. Page 1 of 5. Page 2 of 5. Game. Dragons. Eldrum. Untold.
So no more fucking around, let's get into it, okay?
Eldrum. Untold. Continue.
Make sure audio
Continue.
is there.
New game. Continue. Eldrum. Continue. Continue. Your comrade rests in the captain's quarters. She wanted to have a word with you.
Alright, so this is where we left off last time, okay? So just to...
Screen curtain on.
Wait,
Screen curtain off.
I guess...
Inspect the crew.
I'm not
Button.
sure about the brightness.
Go to the captain. Character tab.
So to...
Close character tab.
Let's go
Level
to
8.
the character
Main
tab
health.
here and see what we've got, alright?
Level 8. Goal 328. Level 8. Experience 1075 of 1300. Attributes. Open health text. Derivatives. Open. Strength. 2. Efficiency. 38%.
It's fucked.
Charisma. 3. Melee damage.
Charisma.
6.6.
We're going to move
Resilient. 1. Protection. 102. Agility. 3. Hands.
it. What?
Rusty iron chain. Head. Gear. 0.
Yeah,
Block.
Jesus.
4%. 3. Agility. 1. Protect. 1. Agility. 3. Health. 50/80.
Health.
Perception.
Not doing too bad here.
4.
Okay. Perception's 4.
-1.
Minus 1 because of my helmet.
Block check. 0%. Gear. Head.
Head.
Girder Demerun. Body. Rusty iron chainmail. Hands. Rusty iron. Feet. Rusty iron chainmail.
Kill the triple chief
Accessor. And dash.
in the world.
Main hand.
We do not have accessory. Right?
Rusty iron claymore.
Rusty Iron Claymore is a weapon.
Offhand. Rusty iron claymore. Combat. Open held tab. Combat action. Cleave. Close character tab. Combat. Open. Close character
Yeah,
tab.
okay.
Character tab.
Let's go, yeah.
Go to the captain's. Inspect the crew. Button. Your comrade rest. Inspect the crew. Button. Inspect the crew. A motley crew, if there ever was one. 30 people have manned the oars. 2 formerly imprisoned druids have assumed other roles. Vua the trader bangs the drum, while Yat Fenry the fool is at the helm. Give or take, a dozen crew members are allowed to relax in the shade for now. Previous. Go to the captain's quarters. But go to the captain's quarters. The captain's quarters can be found in the back of the ship. Having opened the door, you enter the sparsely furnished cabin. Look around. Button. Look around. There's a table and a chair next to a sturdy bed. Rasleen lies curled up on a bedroll, wrapped in a blanket. The nomad is shivering. Have a seat. Button. Have a seat. As you sit down in the chair, Rasleen becomes aware of your presence. Drenched in cold sweat, the nomad struggles to speak. There you are. You did well, my friend.
There you are. You did well, my friend. No, I'm kidding. I was thinking of fucking, what's his name? Abbott Vinay from the first Inquisitor game by Tekken Blue. God, I missed that game. I have that game on my iPad or something. I should do a playthrough of that.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
Button. How are you feeling? Terrible, to be honest. According to Addo Triestine, it's likely that I'll never fully recover, because the poison was allowed to linger for too long.
That's bullshit.
Something on your mind? Button. Something on your mind? Coughing, she replies. Yeah. Suppose I have a confession to make.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's hear it. Button. Let's hear it. Where to begin? Knowing that your mind is afflicted, I have to ask, are you familiar with the plight of the nomads?
This doesn't change a single fucking thing, alright? It just gives you more info. We're just gonna say no.
Yes, no. Button. No.
Even though I am.
Times are hard for the nomads of TAM Kiris. Our suffering is twofold. The rising city-states devour the ancestral lands of our peoples. The abolition of slavery gave rise to a black market, fed by the slave poachers who hunt our kind, as we remain unprotected by the law. Previous. I understand. Button. I understand. She nods. Do you know about the recent war in the Fenris woodlands? Yes. No. Button. No. My homeland was the last refuge of nomads on the western highlands of TAM Kiris. For more than a century, my people resisted the city-state of Roberg. Last year, there was a massive uprising. We struggled to evict the occupying force from the Fenris woodlands, once and for all. Words.
Pretty sure Roberg is spelled
Ma, ho, wa, the, la, ref, no, the, wet, kir,
Because that's
more.
what my third part is going to be titled Roberg.
Than, a, se, ma, peep, resist, the, si, Roberg,
Yeah,
cat, o, e,
oh, okay. Fucking hell, this is why audio
r,
dubbing is
r,
not
u, b,
B, U,
R.
R.
g, h, period.
Yeah.
Previous, she nods. What happened? Character, what happened? What happened? We lost. She sighs. The Roberg militia gave us a choice: exile, conscription or death. Most were exiled to the deadlands of Trinissa. Some chose death and were executed on the spot. A few traitors became soldiers in the militia. What did you do? Button.
I'm not going to spoil much, but the Robert militia will be more expanded upon in the next game.
Character tab.
And I will be doing a playthrough of that also. So stay tuned. After this game is done, I'm going to be starting my Eldrum Red Tide playthrough.
What did you do? What did you do? Roslin shrugs. I was already on the run. Their triumphant ritual of humiliation was described to me afterwards. I understand. Button. I understand. My tribe was always the most militant and independent among the nomads in the Fenris woodlands. When our lands had been conquered by the city-state of Roberg, I had no trouble adapting to life as a fugitive. Go on. Ellipsis. Go on. Ellipsis. I was making a living as a mercenary in the town of Sickle. When I settled a blood feud between rival families, my ruthless efficiency caught the attention of a crime lord named Mantis. He approached me in a tavern, wearing a black cloak.
Oh boy, here we go. You will also visit Sickle, not in this game, but in the next. Yes, I'm spoiling shit, but Sickle's fucking stupid.
Get to the point. Button.
Next.
Get to the point. Relax. We have plenty of time on our hands. Roslin coughs. As I was saying, the crime lord named Mantis approached me. Attached to his black cloak was a silver brooch, just like the one you found on the beach. The stingray? Button. Character tab. The stingray? Button. The stingray? That's exactly right. At the time, the symbol seemed vaguely ominous. Unable to recall where I had seen it before, I dismissed my suspicions and accepted his job offer. You worked for them? Button.
Hell yeah.
You worked for them? It's the unfortunate truth. Much like yours, my mind is afflicted. Unlike you, I've had plenty of time to reflect and put my broken memories back in order. The affliction of the mind is what delayed this confession, nothing else. Tell me what happened. Button. Tell me what happened. Long story short, I did a few jobs for Mantis. Murder for hire, extortion, that sort of thing. The targets were rival factions in the opium trade. Having done similar work for other smuggling networks in the past, I had no qualms about my employers, until their true nature was revealed.
Ah, fuck. Hold on, just adjusting my headphones. Sorry for the noise. Fucking hell, come on, Jesus. Okay. Here we go.
Go on. Ellipsis. Go on. Ellipsis. The business relationship turned sour when I rendezvoused with Mantis on the Arrowhead Peninsula, where his crew had a secret harbor. They were waiting for me, standing in front of a caravel. The stingray was emblazoned across the purple sails. Mantis invited me to come aboard. The caravel. Ellipsis. The caravel. The caravel. Ellipsis. Roslin nods. I had gained his trust. Aboard the ship, Mantis showed me the caged prisoners. He revealed some facts about his organization, explaining how slaves and opium were their bread and butter. I was offered to join, on the condition that I round up a few slaves. Naturally, I refused. Ellipsis. And they put you in a cage. Ellipsis. And they put you in a cage. Ellipsis. That's right. I don't know what they did to us aboard the caravel. Whatever they did, the purpose was to bury their secrets. I have wrestled with the stingray in the realm of thought. I know certain things. These things can now be brought to light. Ellipsis. Tell me what you know. Button. Tell me what you know. I remember where I first saw the accursed symbol. You see, my tribe roamed the western part of the Fenris woodlands, a place called Talonbark Ridge. When slavery was abolished, a clan of slave masters built a secret fortress in the region. The stingray was represented in their coat of arms. What was the name of this clan? Button. What was the name of this clan? We never knew. Besides, this was before my time. As the story goes, their slave poachers were relentless. My people drove them out. As a child, I roamed the secret fortress, where I laid eyes on this heraldic symbol. Was it the same exact symbol? Button. Was it the same exact symbol? No. The silver brooch depicts one stingray, while the coat of arms had two of them. For my ancestors, it signified the risk of enslavement. For me, it was merely a faint echo of a violent past. What else do you know? Button. What else do you know? Before I was imprisoned aboard the caravel, Mantis revealed the name of his organization, the Kiris Cartel. He also explained that he had business to conduct on Roe Island. Roe Island. Ellipsis. Notifications. 2. Button. No. Gain 75 experience. Completed objective. Find out what the symbol means.
Oh yeah.
Roe Island. Before Roe Island. Ellipsis.
We
Button.
gained XP. Woo.
Roe Island. Ellipsis. Indeed, that's where we're headed. Unless I'm mistaken, the caravel took a detour to drop him off on a beach not far from the town of Set. Trembling, she adds, these memories are painful. I need to rest. You should do the same, comrade. Leave her alone. Button. Leave her alone.
Alright.
Exhausted, Roslin falls asleep without delay. You sit alone in the captain's quarters, pondering what you have learned. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has been a long day. I'm just adjusting my position.
Go to bed. But character
Go
tab.
to bed. This is a very... If you don't know what you're doing, this ship scene here, this whole fucking thing can be a real bore. But there are certain scenes you can witness, certain things you can do if you choose the right choices. I'm going to show you what I think is the best route to go for.
Close character tab. Level 8. Close character tab.
Am I on
Character tab.
Really? Fucking hell.
Go to bed.
Go to
Button.
bed, yeah.
Go to bed.
HP fully healed.
Lulled to sleep by the monotonous rhythm of the drum. You dream of people and places from a distant past. When you wake up, the drum has turned silent. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Health plus 30.
Fuck yeah.
Main men. Health points 80 of 80.
Points 80 of 80.
Level 8.
Level 8.
Gold 328.
328.
Previous. Lulled to sleep by the Get up. Button. Get up. Judging by the loud snores, the nomad remains fast asleep on her bedroll.
Of course she is.
Go outside.
Of
Button.
course.
Go outside. What's on your mind? Button. You leave the captain's quarters and step out on deck. The ship is anchored near a moonlit beach. The crew is mostly asleep, collapsed in droves behind the oars. Ado Triestine the deserter approaches. A word. Captain? What character? What's on your mind? Button. What's on your mind? We have reached the mainland. 3 crew members lost their lives as we sailed past the plains of Godhead. Having spotted us, Druid Longbowman launched a hail of arrows from the western shore. The bodies were thrown into the sea. After that, the journey from the Isle of Dusk was uneventful. Who were among the fallen? Button. Who were among the fallen? They were pirates. Or sailors. Whichever you prefer. Their names were Kane, Ray and Luther. Anything else I should know? Button. Anything else I should know? Yes. Like I said, we have reached the mainland of Tam Kiris. 2 more days and nights remain before we reach the town of Set. Unfortunately, we have no provisions. We need food and water. A few have volunteered to form an expedition and gather supplies. There's only one problem. Previous. What's the problem? Button. What's the problem? This is Shade Coast, part of the Lord's Peninsula. Unless you belong to the Roberg aristocracy, this area is off limits. Trespassers are killed on sight. Stroking his beard thoughtfully, the old druid gives you a worried look. What do you think? It's too risky. We need supplies. Button.
Do not click it's too risky, alright? That's fucked. That's not a good idea.
Character. We need supplies.
Supplies
Button.
is the option you're going to want to pick.
We need supplies. Very well. Ado clears his throat. Next, we must consider our approach. What are your thoughts on this matter? Organize a raid.
Organize
Button.
a raid. Best option, alright? I'm going to be picking that one.
Go hunting.
Go hunting,
Button.
just flavor text.
Forage supplies.
Forage,
Button.
flavor text.
Character tab. Go hunt. Organize a raid.
Organize
Button.
a raid. Let's go.
Organize a raid. From out of nowhere, Mev appears beside the old druid. The young smuggler exclaims, yes, a raid. Such a delightful proposition. Shaken by this unexpected outburst, Ado stutters, be very well. Mev is, ellipsis, certainly armed and dangerous. What's the plan? Button. What's the plan? Having regained his composure, Ado replies, the 3 of us shall venture forth, while the barbarian Mastaba guards the ship. Looking at you, Mev adds, old man Ado shows the way. I handle the killing, you handle the looting. She grins. Fair enough. Character tap. Fair enough. Let's go. Fair enough. Let's go. You said it, Captain. Mev sets aside her crown of wildflowers and dives into the ocean. Swim ashore. Button. Swim ashore. You dive into the ocean and swim ashore. Beaming, Mev waits on the beach. Ado mumbles, this way. Follow the old druid. Button. Follow the old druid. He guides you from the beach to the top of a hill. From this vantage point, you behold a solitary manor house, illuminated by the full moon. Ado whispers, I'll cover you. Be quick about it. And please, ellipsis. He glares at Mev. Please spare the innocent. Raid the manor. Character tab. Raid the manor. Button. Raid the manor. With no time to waste, you and Mev charge toward the front entrance. Your path is intercepted by a night guardsman, whose hastily assembled suit of armor leaves him exposed to the arrow from Ado's longbow. Mev beats the wounded knight to a pulp with her morning star. Laughing, she enters the building. Check the court. Plunder the manor house.
Now,
Button.
I'm going to save here because there is
Main menu. Continue. New game. Save game.
I know
Button.
the rusty iron chainmail is great. Alright, don't get me wrong. That shit can be used until late in the game. But altogether, I want
New game. Save game. Button.
sauce.
Save game.
Certain
Save. Heading. Auto. Level 7 pylon March 1st, 13:51 p.m. Empty. Level 7 pylon March 1st, 13:51 p.m.
Fucking hell. It's almost July.
Level 7 pylon March 1st, 13:51 p.m. With no time to wait. Check the corpse. Button. Check the corpse. You salvage a few things from the battered human remains. Notifications. 2. Button. Gold plus 23. Gained winged bronze helmet. Inventory. Previous. With main menu.
I don't need that.
Main menu.
Load.
Continue. New game. Save. Load game. Button. Load game. Load. Auto save. Level 8 shade closed a few seconds ago. Level 8 shade closed a few seconds ago.
Do it again.
Check the corpse. Button. With no time to check the corpse. Button. Check the corpse. You salvage a few notifications. 2. Button. No. Gold plus 11. Gain bronze claymore.
Bronze claymore.
Inventory tab. Has a close inventory tab. Ancient iron dagger. Bronze broadsword new.
Weapons also.
Bronze Claymore new.
Bronze Claymore.
Bronze Claymore. A knightly sword with a few notches on the blade. Stats. Open. Open health. Slot. Both hands. Plus 5%. Damage. 10 to 12. Income. 6. Replaces rusty iron. Equip. Button. Health. Left. Go. Combat. Combat action. Parry. Combat action. Cleave. Bronze Claymore. A knightly sword. Stats. Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Plunder the previous. Main menu. Health points 80 of 8. Level. 8. Gold. 3. You salvage a few. Plunder the manor. Character. Main menu. Main menu. Continue. New game. Save game. Load game. Button.
28 in armor. Glasses.
News. Load game. Button. Load game. Load. Autos. Level 8 shade closed a minute ago. Level 8 shade closed a minute ago. Check the corpse. Button. With no time to check the corpse. Button. Check the corpse. You salvage a few notifications. 2. Gold plus 23. Gain bronze plate greaves. Inventory tab. Has update or unread item. Plunder the manor house. Button. You salvage a few. Plunder the manor. Plunder the manor house. Button. Plunder the manor house. Moving from one chamber to the next. You grab whatever you can find as you struggle to keep up with the young druid outlaw. When you ascend the stairs from the pantry, you are faced with the frightened eyes of helpless children and servants. Cowering in Mev's shadow, they beg for mercy. Previous. Don't hurt them. Button. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Gain 2 times bag of loot.
Alright.
Turn a blind eye and don't hurt them. Button.
Yeah. Don't hurt them. This is why I've got 3 charisma, alright?
Don't hurt them.
So.
Frustrated. Mev groans. Fine. Have it your way. Leaving the women and children to tremble in fear, the psychotic druid exits the atrium. Follow her. Follow her. Button. Follow her. You step outside. Addo Triestine the deserter waits on top of the hill. Return to the ship. Button. Return to the ship. Return to the ship. On your way back to the beach, you hear the ominous noise of a galloping horse. Judging by the growing intensity of this fateful rhythm, a vengeful rider is stalking you across the plains. Mev snarls. See? That's what you get for leaving witnesses behind. Puzzled. She adds. From where? Ellipsis? Previous. Keep your eyes open. Character. Keep your eyes open. Button. Keep your eyes open. Mev is impaled by the lance of a mounted knight. She cries in agony as her torso is affixed to the wide circumference of an aged oak. Thrown to the ground by this collision, the armored horseman is left with neither steed nor lance. Rising to his feet, the knight reaches for his sidearm. Attack the knight. Character tab. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Lost bag of loot. Main menu.
Now, the reason I did that is because,
Health points 80 of 80. Main menu. Main menu. Continue. New game. Save game. Button. Save game. Save. Autos. Level 8 shade closed 3. Level 8 shade closed 3 minutes ago. Mev is impaled. Attack the knight. Button. Attack the knight. Unsheathing his broadsword, the dismounted knight advances. The arrow from Addo Triestine's longbow is deflected by his plate cuirass. Moments later, you clash with the enemy beneath the full moon. Defeat him. Character tab. Health points 80 of previous. Level 8. Main menu. Main menu. Continue. New game. Save game. Save game. Save. Autos. Level 8 shade closed. Level 8 shade closed a few seconds ago. Unsheathing his broad. Defeat him. Button. Defeat him. Vengeful knight. Enemy health 57 of 57. Vengeful knight. Enemy. Attack ready. Click. Attack. Attack. Enemy health 49 of 57. Your click. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Cleave. Cleave. You. -4. Enemy health 1 of 50. Your cleave. Your health 76 of 8. Cleave. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim.
I like the combat.
Attack ready. Attack. The armored knight is clutched by the cold grip of death as crimson geysers erupt from deep gashes. Cursing the gods, he yields to a fate of putrefaction. Notifications. 3. Button. No. Gain 40 experience. Gold plus 21. Gain bronze war gauntlets.
Bronze war gauntlets? Alright.
Return to look around. Button. The armored knight is look around. Button. Look around. There doesn't seem to be any other threats out there in the darkness. Delirious cries can be heard from the dying smuggler. Most would think it difficult to take pity on such a cruel person, even if impalement is a harsh fate. Approach her. But leave her to approach her. Button. Approach her. A lost cause. Addo mutters. Her spine has been shattered. Suspended by the lance which impaled her torso, Mev is unable to break loose from the oak tree. No, don't listen to the old man. Tears of blood run down her cheeks. How can I help you? Return to the ship. How can I help you? Button. How can I help you? Shaking his head, Addo comments. Volcanic Fae only help themselves. Just walk away or put her out of her misery. Enraged, Mev responds with a deafening primal scream, reaching its climax as the oak tree is engulfed by a sphere of fire. Only ashes remain when the smoke is dispersed. What in the blazes? Ellipsis. Button. Return to the ship. What in the blazes? What in the blazes? Ellipsis. Nothing to be concerned about. Addo mumbles. Underworld fiends. Sparked by greater flames. Good riddance, I say. Examine the ashes. Button. Examine the ashes. You find a red stone among the ashes. It resembles a human heart. Take the heart of stone.
Yes.
Button. Take the heart of
This
stone.
item is fucking
You take the heart of stone.
awesome.
Return to the ship.
Alright.
Button. You take the heart of stone from the smoldering heap of ash. Inventory tab.
going
Has
to
update or on.
equip that.
Close inventory tab. Iron broadsword. Iron. Bronze punch dagger new. Iron saber.
Oh my lord.
Rusty cutlery.
Yeah.
Rusty
my
iron
cat
claymore.
looks
Equip.
loud.
Rusty weapon. 8. Armor. 17.
Cat,
8 new.
quit it.
Food. Medicine. 8.
no.
Tool. 8. Treasure. 10. 8 new. Treasure. 10. 8 new. Expanded. Amethyst. 2. Bag of loot. Black dye. Bronze. Glass eye. Heart of silver. Heart of stone new. Heart of stone. Cut from the elusive red rock. Famously quarried on the Isle of Penance. Sculpted to resemble a human heart. Found among the ashes of a psychotic druid. Stats. Open. When open health. Slot. Accessory. Equip. Amethyst. Equip. Unequip.
This gives you
Close inventory
2
tab. Inventory tab.
resilience, alright? That's
Notifications.
great.
2. Button. No. Gained heart of stone. Clutching the red rock. You feel invigorated. Ellipsis. Main. Health point 76 of 80.
It won't
Return
take
to the ship.
effect
You
right
take the
now.
heart of. Return to the ship.
You have to
Return
heal
to the ship.
first and then we'll-
You return to the beach and swim toward the galley. A rope ladder has been extended from the railing. Peering down at you, the barbarian mastaba guards the ship.
So our HP is about to be 96 instead of 80.
Climb the rope ladder. Button. Carrot. Climb the rope ladder. Climb the rope ladder. Arisen from the cold sea, you climb the rope ladder and board the ship. Momentarily, the smell of brimstone lingers in the air. Catch your breath. Character. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. A few hours remain before the break of dawn. The crew members have gathered around you, awakened by the prospect of feeding their empty stomachs and quenching their thirst. Divide the spoils. Button. Divide the spoils. They encircle the bread like vultures. Addo Triestine stands guard nearby, clutching the grip of his sidearm. Break 5 loaves of bread. Button. Break 5 loaves of bread. The food is distributed among the crowd. They stuff their emaciated faces, soon clamoring for more. Incredulous, one of the pirates asks, "Is that it?" There's more where that came from. But there's more where that came from. The pale specters extend their wispy arms in the darkness. Their eyes beseech you for sustenance. Cut a block of cheese. Button. Cut a block of cheese. Used. The food is distributed among the crew members. Addo Triestine keeps them at bay, making sure that everything proceeds in an orderly fashion. There's more where that came from. There's more where that came from. Used. You can feel how the tension in the air decreases. Voices of discontent are less prominent now. Cut a block. Hand out 5 jugs of water. Hand out 5 jugs of water. Chaos erupts among the thirsty crew members. One of the vessels break when 2 former prisoners exchange blows. Addo Triestine does his best to contain the situation. Calm down. Button. Calm down. The commotion quiets down for a second. The miserable crew members gaze at you in the moonlight. Hold on. There's more. Button.
One more
Hold on.
time. I don't
There's
really
more.
need any of these
The atmosphere aboard the moonlit galley is far less threatening now. Cut a block of cheese. Used. Cut a block of cheese. Used. The food is distributed among the crew members. Addo Triestine keeps them at bay, making sure that everything that's it for tonight.
That's it.
Button. That's it for tonight. The crowd disperses. They retreat to their places behind the oars, hoping to get some rest before the sun rises. Go to the captain's
Go to the
quarters.
captain's
Go to the captain's
quarters.
quarters. You return to the captain's quarters and lie down to rest. Rosaline snores audibly on her bedroll nearby.
Oh, she missed the whole fucking thing.
Sleep. Button. Sleep. You awaken abruptly. Someone is knocking on your door. You have no idea what time it is, but the ship is moving. Health points 96 of 96.
96, motherfucker. That's what I like to see right there.
Notifications. 21. Button. No. Gold plus 3.
No one cares about this shit.
Come in. You awaken abruptly. Come in. Come in.
Sir, whoever it is.
You recognize the barbarian mastaba, who was guarding the ship during yesterday's raid. The lumbering brute inquires, "Where's Matt?" She's dead. Button. Character tab. She's dead. Button. She's dead. Oh. Shame. Was a damn good lay. That one. The barbarian hands you a crown of wildflowers, muttering, "Here. She left this behind. Tell me about yourself." Button. Tell me about yourself. I am Mastaba of Tundra Barbarous. Whole tribe exiled by Golden Chimera. My brother Kepris gone to Isle of Dusk. I came looking for him. Did you find him? Button. Did you find him? No. Show him the clay tablet. Button.
Yeah, this will give you some XP, I believe.
Show him the clay tablet. You hand over the clay tablet that you found in the underworld cavern. The barbarian is moved to tears as he reads the inscriptions. His last words. Ellipsis. Can I keep this? Of course. No. Button.
Nope.
Character tab.
Yeah,
No.
what do you mean,
Button.
asshole?
Of course.
Of course.
Button.
you can keep
Of
it,
course.
boy.
Thanks. Captain. Means a lot.
Sure.
Don't mention it. Button.
Alright, let's see.
Notifications. 3. No. Gain crown of wildflowers. Lost clay tablet. Gain 25 experience.
Okay, you get 25 XP, that's good. Crown of Wildflowers doesn't do anything to my knowledge, I don't know. I'll have to look, I don't think it does anything though.
Don't mention it. Thanks.
Don't bother
Captain.
with-
Means a lot. Don't mention it. Button. Don't mention it. Thanks again. The barbarian leaves you alone. Rosaline yawns. Morning, comrade. Ellipsis.
Bitch.
Good morning. Button.
Good morning.
Character. Good morning. Good morning. Rosaline starts coughing and wheezing. Half choked. She growls. Damn pain is killing me. Got any medicine? Give her some laudanum. Button.
No, I'm not gonna give you that shit, because I want it.
No.
No.
Sorry. No. Sorry. Shame. The nomad curls up under the blanket, quavering. Leave her alone. Button. Leave her alone. You hear a knock at the door.
Fucking hell.
Open it. Button. Open it. You recognize the merchant from Port Spire. He seems troubled. Do you have a moment? What do you want? Button. What do you want? He sighs. I'm old and weary. Would you please allow me to stay in your cabin until we arrive in set?
I guess.
Yes. Button. Yes. The merchant bows. Your kindness will not be forgotten. He picks up his luggage and enters the cabin. Go outside.
Go
Button.
outside.
Go outside. Inspect the crew. Button. It's early in the afternoon when you step outside. The sun is shining and the ship is moving steadily. Inspect the crew. Button. Inspect the crew. The former prisoners seem largely content. They have no trouble keeping up with the drum. Watch the coast. Button.
Fantastic.
Watch the coast. You are sailing along the shores of Cape Grand. Cathedral towers rise above the oak trees in the distance. Go back inside. Button. Character tab. Go back inside. Go back inside. You have returned to the captain's quarters. Talk to Rusleen. Button. Call it a day. Button. Talk to Rusleen. Button. Talk to Rusleen. The nomad is resting. Call it a day. Call it a day. When you wake up the next morning, the ship is already in motion.
Wow, that's all I did yesterday. I went outside, looked around, went back inside, and fucking went to bed. Wow, what the hell?
Talk to the merchant. Button. Talk to the merchant. The old merchant sits on a chair beside the small table. Leave me alone, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Leave the cabin. Button. Leave the cabin.
bitch.
Watch the coast. Button. The sun is shining when you step outside. Fed and content. The rowers toil according to the beat of the drum. Watch the coast. Character watch the coast. Watch the coast. You have rounded the shores of Cape Ran. In this moment, the ship travels along the west coast of Lord's Peninsula. Pass the time. Button. Pass the time. Hours later, the ship has reached the rivers of Silicro Delta. Look around. Button. Look around. A great city lies west on the mainland. Between two rivers, Rhode Island can be seen on the northern horizon. Travel to Rhode Island. Character travel to Rhode Island. Button. Travel to Rhode Island. The sun sets as you approach the banks of Delph River. A fleet of warships is visible on the western horizon.
Oh, them warships ain't good.
Watch the ships. Button. Watch the ships. The foreign armada is sailing toward the mainland, approaching the harbor of the great city. You stand beside the railing as Ado Triestine the deserter joins you. Talk to the druid. Character tab. Talk to the druid. Talk to the druid. Witnessing the warships in the distance, Ado mumbles, foreign invaders. It seems that war follows us wherever we turn.
Yeah, those foreign invaders, man. We ain't seen the last of those.
What's going on? Character what's going on? Button.
Eyes open.
What's going on? The old druid replies, it would seem as if the capital of Robert will be under siege very soon. Thankfully, we are not headed for the mainland. Praise be the god of death.
Sure.
Robert? Button. Words.
Yeah.
Cap O B B U R G A.
I thought there was...
The old understood. Robert?
If
Button.
you can get more info if you want to. You know, if you click on Robert here. Let's do it.
Robert? Ado nods. The city-state of Robert is ruled by Lord Silicro IX. They control the Western Highlands. Formally, their sovereignty extends to Rhode Island and the town of Set, but their territorial claim has been challenged by the recent lawlessness in the outer regions. Understood. Button. Character. Understood. Button. Ado not words.
Is Rhode
Ado
Island
not the
R-O-E
it
Island?
lords not they sovereignty extend to Rhode Island E O cap space cap R.
Yeah, you'd think I'd be able to spell, but no.
Understood. Button. Understood. The galley continues north across the Sea of Twilight. You reach Delph River, which meanders between Rhode Island and the Isle of Bast. Proceed to the town of Set. Button. Proceed to the town of Set.
Love this music.
Leave the ship. Button. It's past midnight. A quiet shanty town lies outstretched on the northern coast of Rhode Island. The drum quiets down as the rowers make their final effort. You have reached the harbor of Set. Leave the ship. Leave the ship. Leave the ship. The druids are the only ones who stay behind when you set foot on the harbor of Set. The rest of the crew quickly disperses on the streets and alleyways in the coastal shanty town. Explore the harbor. Button.
This is beautiful. I love it. Them fucking kudos. Is that a kudo? Fuck, it might be. Or it might be a bandura, I don't know. I think the composer is Ukrainian, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was a bandura.
Character tab. The druids are the explore the harbor. Button.
Explore the harbor. Yep.
Explore the harbor. You see a tall man dressed in a black cloak, holding a lantern. He stands alone near a dark alley. The wide brim of his slouch hat covers most of his face. Grinning, he says, "Come with me."
Yeah, I think we all know who this is.
Walk with character tab. Walk with him. Walk with him. There is something about his voice. For whatever reason, you find it impossible to resist his command. As the three of you walk down the rainy harbor, the cloaked stranger says, "You have traveled far. You should get some rest." He points to a nearby tavern.
Let me just point out that this is the theme for the Curious Cartel. This is one of the best soundtracks in the game, okay? I love it. It's fucking awesome. This also appears in the second game very, very briefly. Although it's not very rhythmic. It is, but it isn't, you know. But that's alright, you know. You don't always need rhythm to make a good piece of music, as Claude Debussy, alright?
Who are you? Button.
Here we go.
Who are you?
You cannot
Button.
change tabs.
There is who are you? Button. Who are you?
Look at that.
You don't remember? He chuckles. She knows. Don't you, Rosaline? The nomad trembles with rage, but seems unable to act on it. Amused by her silent frustration, the man grins. That's right. Know your place. Do what you're told. That's how it goes.
Fuck you, Mantis, you stupid fucking bitch-ass motherfucker.
What? Ellipsis. Button. What? Ellipsis. He interrupts you. Quiet. You did well, freeing those prisoners. Never thought you'd make it. But now I must bid you farewell. Go to the tavern. I think you'll find the accommodation satisfactory. The man walks away into the mist, leaving the two of you alone. Rain keeps falling from the night sky.
Wow, asshole.
Was that? Ellipsis. Button. Was that? Ellipsis. Visibly upset, Rosaline nods. Why yes. That was Mantis, our lord and master. Let's go to the tavern.
I hate that asshole.
I suppose we must. I suppose we must. I suppose we must. Eyes wide open, the nomad nods eagerly. Yes, we must go.
Yeah.
Go to the tavern.
Let's
Button.
go to the fucking tavern. Here we go.
Go to the tavern. The harbor is dark and quiet. You approach the tavern, which is a ramshackle building with 2 floors. The windows are brightly lit. A sign hangs near the entrance. Read the sign. Button. Read the sign. The sign reads, Fisherman's Goblet.
Boring.
Enter the tavern. Peer through the windows. Character.
do
Peer
that.
through the windows. Peer through the windows. Several dark silhouettes are discernible behind the cloudy glass. Enter enter the
Well,
tavern.
let's go.
Button. Enter the tavern. You hear commotion inside. When you open the door, you and Rosaline witness a trail of fresh corpses inside the tavern. The bodies are surrounded by a crowd of armed thugs.
Ah, fuck.
Fight the bandits. Negotiate. Look at the
You
corpses.
can negotiate
Button.
if you want to. That's fucking boring. Who does that? Okay, seriously.
Character. Look at the corpses.
Corpses.
Button. Look at the corpses. You recognize a few of the former prisoners from the galley. Some people never seem to catch a break.
No, they're fucking dead now.
Fight the bandits.
Alright, let's kill
Button.
these fucking... yeah. Let's fucking kill them.
Fight the bandits.
Let's go.
You and the nomad mercenaries start a brawl with the armed thugs in the tavern. No holds barred.
No holds
Button.
barred allows you to fight 3 bandits that can do...
Defensive posture.
Racing
Button.
bandits.
Defensive posture. Button.
You only fight 2. No holds barred. Better option.
No holds barred. No holds barred. Knife thug.
Knife.
Enemy health 67 of 67. Your health 90. Attack. Cleat. Attack.
Goodbye.
Attack. Busy. Not enemy health 58 of your
Guys,
health. Cleat. Attack.
Yeah,
Busy.
better roll.
Dim. Attack. Cleat. Cleat. Dim. Not enemy health 12 of 6. Your
I
attack.
can get
Busy.
more weapons
Dim.
like this.
Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack.
Fuck off. Jesus. Fuck.
You take the lead and enter the fray. Once you have slain the knife thug, Rosaline grabs a blade to slash the throat of another crook. Keep fighting.
Hell yeah,
Button.
we're badass.
Keep fighting. Skype. Now. Skype. Enemy health 60. Crazed hoodlum. Enemy health 63 of 63. Your health. Cleave. Cleave. Attack. Attack. The axe-wielding thug drops dead on the floor. Meanwhile, the nomad keeps the others at bay. Keep fighting.
We're getting
Button.
notifications here, but I will look at those after we're done. This is the last fight.
Keep fighting. Ruthless knife thug. Enemy health 81 of 81. Your health 96 of cleave. Cleave.
Good.
Attack.
Fine.
Cleave. Cleave. Dim.
Yeah, that.
You and Rosaline have slain the bandits. The tavern's interior is drenched in blood.
How you feel?
Take a look around. Button. Take a look around. You find the innkeeper and his wife behind the counter. Their heads have been severed. The nomad comments. Seems like the place is ours. Find a room upstairs. Get some rest. I'll burn the bodies in the fireplace.
Well, we don't have any need
Main menu.
for
Health points
resting,
96 of
but no
96.
choice.
Go
So,
upstairs.
Let's go
Button.
upstairs. First, let's check our notifications.
Notifications. 17.
Oh,
Button.
fuck.
No. Gain 25 experience. Gold plus 4. Gained iron punch dagger. Gained black leather gauntlets. Gained tusk medallion. Gained bandages. Gained 25 experience. Gold plus 9. Gained iron war axe. Gained black silk vest. Gained tusk medallion. Gained 25 experience. Gold plus 7. Gained iron dagger. Gained black leather gauntlets. Gained tusk medallion. Gained bandages.
The only useful thing in here is the tusk medallions, which can be sold for gold. And the bandages, which obviously heal you.
Main menu.
But
Health points 90.
let's go upstairs.
Go upstairs. Button. Go upstairs. The rooms on the second floor are vacant. Sleep.
Wow,
Button.
wonder why.
Sleep. Go downstairs. You wake up the next morning. The tavern reeks of charred flesh. Go downstairs. Button. Go downstairs. Rasleen stands next to the fireplace. Mornin' comrade. I'll stay behind and guard the tavern. Let me know if you discover any significant information. What am I supposed to do? Button. What am I supposed to do? Talk to people. Try figure out what's going on. Ellipsis. See if anyone knows anything about the Kiris cartel. If we're lucky, this will lead us to Mantis. Ellipsis. After all, we know that he can't be far from here. Ellipsis. She sighs. We also need to find a way to cure the affliction of the mind. Ellipsis. If we don't, confronting Mantis will be very difficult, if not impossible. Ellipsis. Previous. Rasleen stands next to the fire. Why don't you tag along? Why don't you tag along? Not now. Ellipsis. We need a place to stay, so I might as well guard the place, at least for the time being. Besides, nomads aren't exactly popular around here. Ellipsis. Leave the tavern. Button.
That's not understanding.
Leave the tavern. It's raining outside. The coastal shanty town is shrouded in gray mist. Notifications.
So-
1. Button. No. Health plus or minus 0.
Before we do anything, we need to go back to the ship.
Explore the. It's raining outside. Map.
So-
Explore the town of Set. Button. Explore the town of Set. Used. Look around. But you walk down the street to an open air marketplace. The merchant stalls are empty.
Wonder why.
Look around. Button. Look around. There's no one else here. The window shutters are all closed. There's a guard tower to the south. A few people are gathered around a shrine to the east. Approach the guard tower. Map.
Alright, let's
Button.
go
Map.
here.
Area. Harbor of Set. Button. Harbor of Set. Dimmed. Harbor of Set. You have returned to the Harbor of Set.
The
Barely
Harbor
visible in the
of
fog.
Set.
Approach the galley. Button. Approach the tavern. Map. Button. Approach the tavern. Button.
Alright. So
Approach the galley.
where's the
Button.
galley here?
Approach the galley. Used. Board the ship. But you have returned to the galley. The sea of twilight is shrouded in mist, concealing the fishing boats in the distance. Armed. Board the ship. Board the. You have returned to the galley. The sea of twilight is shrouded in mist, concealing the fishing boats in the distance. Armed with spear and shield, the druid warriors greet you with respect.
Fuck yeah, they better.
Board the ship. Button. Board the ship. The entrance to the captain's quarters is guarded by the ancient druid known as Addo Triestine the Deserter. There is no one else on board, as far as you can tell. Talk to the old druid. Button. Trade with the old druid. Button. Talk to the old druid. Button. Talk to the old druid. The druid hands over a wooden short bow, along with a few arrows. Here you go. Consider it an expression of our gratitude. You liberated us from the clasp of war. We will remember this deed. Trade with the old druid. Disembark. Character. Trade with the old druid. Trade with the old druid. You. Arrow. Weapon.
You
1.
can get
Armor.
arrows,
2.
you can also
Close by
get
items tab.
shields. 2 shields. They're basically the same. Heart of Stone will definitely aid you if you are doing a shield character. Eventually I will be doing a shield. I will be having a shield.
Armor. Weapon. 1. Expand. Arrow.
Which is why I got it. I'm gonna buy
Arrow.
a couple arrows here.
A bronze tipped arrow. Buy bullet 6 gold. Button. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullets. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullet 6 gold. Close by items tab. Character tab. Notifications. 12. Gained hunting. Disembark.
Let's go.
Button. Disembark used. You walk alone on the harbor of Set. The coastal shanty town is shrouded in gray mist. Words. You.
No, I think it's
the
funny
Set.
that
Heart. Here. T. Cap S.
you know, you
Approach
do
the galley.
all this shit within a couple days. Like it's fucked. You'd think it would take a lot longer, but no.
Approach the tavern. Button.
Like like a week ago, my ass was dumped on the beach, and now here I am. Like, what the fuck?
Map. Approach the tavern.
I mean,
Button.
yeah,
Map.
it's
Map.
you know,
Area.
plot.
Town. Harbor. Marketplace.
Right.
Button. Recenter map. Marketplace. Marketplace. Dimmed. Marketplace. You have returned to the marketplace. The merchant stalls are still empty. There's no one else around.
Duh.
Approach the guard tower.
Let's go to the
Button.
guard tower first.
Approach the guard tower. Use.
There's a couple things we need to do here.
Climb the guard tower. Vandalized and deserted. The guard tower stands next to a broken palisade. Climb the guard tower. Button. Climb the guard tower. You climb the wooden beams to the top of the guard tower. The fortifications are damaged and drenched in rain.
Now.
Climb back down. Gaze across the town of Set. Gaze across the town of Set. Used. Roving bands of cutthroats lurk in the alleyways in the coastal shanty town of Set. Gaze across the town of Set. Gaze across the wilderness. Button. Gaze across the wilderness. Used. A desolate farmstead lies beyond the broken palisade. Shadowy figures move on the misty plains. Gaze across. Climb back down. Character. Inventory tab. Has update or unread item. Close inventory tab. Ancient weapon. 13. Armor. Weapon. Bronze broads. Bronze. Iron. Hunting bow new. Hunting bow. A wooden hunting bow. Previously owned by a druid from the Isle of Dusk. Open. Slot. Offhand.
Offhand, which is not fucking realistic.
Efficiency. 0. Damage.
Because if you're holding like a one-handed weapon, you can have this bow in your other one of your hands.
6 to 14.
And you can shoot with it.
Melee damage.
Not in combat, like in the middle of combat. In the next game, you can do that. But
minus 87. Income. 1. So replaces rusty iron claim. Equip. Button. Unequip. Script. Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Climb back. Use your bow. Button. Use your bow. You draw the bowstring and take aim. Target the alleyway thugs. Button. Target the alleyway thugs. A crowd of knife thugs disperse in the narrow alleyway below. One of them are struck by the arrow from your bow. The wounded bandit moves out of sight.
one is struck by the arrow.
Notifications. 3. Button. No. Wounded bandit health minus 18. Lost arrow. Gain 5 experience.
Holy shit, I fucked him up.
Climb back down. Target the bandits in the wilderness. Button. Target the bandits in the wilderness. Your arrow strikes one of the dark silhouettes on the empty grassland, making him fold. The distant figure slips away into the mist beyond the broken palisade. Notifications. 4. Button. No. Vicious knife thug health minus 17. Lost arrow. Gain 5 experience. You leveled up.
Right,
character tab. Has update. Close character tab. Level. Body. Girder demer. Head. Ear. Minus 1. 4. Increase perception with 1. Increase perception with 1. Accessory. Close. Close character tab. Character tab.
Alright.
Inventory tab. Inventory tab. Ancient iron dagger new. Arrow. 6. Bronze broadsword new. Bronze hunting knife.
I'm only going to use the bow one more time.
Bronze punch dagger new.
It's not until later.
Hunting bow. Equipped. Iron broadsword. 3. Iron dagger new. Iron punch dagger new. Iron saber. Iron war axe new.
I could do a war
Iron war axe. The work of a talented blacksmith. Iron. Gold. Combat action. Cleave. Iron. Main. If it. 0. Damage. 8 to 9. Main. Plus 400. Income. 5. Equip. Ancient iron. Air. Hunt. Iron. Rusty cut. Weapon. 13. Rusty iron claymore. Rusty iron claymore. Not very sharp anymore, but it should be heavy enough to crush a skull or two. Both. If. Damage. 9 to 12. Plus 514%. Income. 6. Equip. Button. Unequip. Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Climb back down. Button. Climb back down. You are standing. Climb the guard tower. Leave town. Button. Map. Button.
We are not going to leave
Map.
town just yet.
Area. Town of Set.
We have to do.
Guard. Marketplace. Button. Marketplace. Travel interrupted by encounter. A knife-wielding hoodlum steps out from a narrow side street, intercepting your path. Blood drips from the wound that was previously inflicted by your arrow. Eyes ablaze with vengeful hatred. The bandit is moving in your direction.
How the fuck does he know it was me? Like, was he looking? No, he wasn't. It doesn't say that. Like this.
A knife-wielding hoodlum
He probably assumed it was me because I'm the only person around.
Retreat.
Right,
Fight him. Button. Fight him. Wounded bandit. Enemy health 43 of 43. Your health. Cleave. Attack. Attack ready.
Bye.
Cleave. Dim.
Really?
Enemy health 5 of 40. Your attack. Busy. Dim. You. Minus 1. Attack ready. Attack.
Sheesh.
You have slain the alleyway thug, who lies mangled in the mud. Proceed. Button. Proceed. You have returned to the marketplace. The merchant stalls are still empty. There's no one else around. Approach the shrine. Button.
We're gonna go to the shrine first.
Approach the shrine. Used. Ask for directions. The shrine is located on the eastern outskirts of Set. A few people are scattered around the wooden statue, which has been crudely sculpted to resemble a howling wolf. Ask for directions. Button. Ask for directions. One of the local fishermen is kind enough to interrupt his prayers. Not much to do around here, especially now. There's an infirmary to the north, in case you need medical attention. Head down to the longhouse on the western shore if you need a drink. That's about it.
Wow, what a boring existence.
Ask about the bandits.
Fuck
Button.
you.
Ask about the bandits.
Kill you.
A fisherman replies, they are known as the Tusk Mob. Nodding. His wife adds, we all pray that the scourge will end soon.
Well, it's about to. We're gonna see that.
Go to the infirmary. Button. Leave town. Map.
Let's
Leave
go to
town.
the
Go to the infirmary.
infirmary
Button. Go to the infirmary. Used. Read the sign. The infirmary stands out among the shacks on the northern shore. The building is 2 stories high, with a large sign near the entrance. Read the sign. Button. Read the sign, used. It reads, Infirmary. A handwritten note has been added below, which reads, currently at full capacity. Read the sign,
Wow.
used. Knock on the door. Walk the alleyways towards the harbor. Button.
I will do that in 1 minute.
Map. Knock on the door.
Let's
Button.
go.
Knock on the door. The door is opened by a monk, whose patchwork robe is drenched in the bloodstains of his surgical instruments. We're busy. Come back at another time. What's going on? Button. What's going on? The monk sighs. Bandit raids. Many wounded. Even more so. The undertakers are kept busy as of late. Now if you'll excuse me. Ellipsis. I need medical supplies. I seek medical treatment. Button. I seek medical treatment. Like I said, our hands are full. No surgeon is available. However, for the sake of mercy, I could take a moment and give some advice. What ails you? Affliction of the mind. Character tab. Affliction of the mind. Affliction of the mind. The monk shakes his head. Such matters are beyond our grasp. You should speak to the druid hermits of the Ephemeral Lodge. They live in a forest mansion on Griefer Island, west of here. Now, be on your way. How can I get there? Button. How can I get there? Talk to Calvino the boatman. You'll find him in the harbor. Now please, stop wasting my time. Ellipsis.
Alright.
Farewell.
Jesus,
Button.
gosh.
Farewell.
Look, I understand you're busy.
You are standing in front of the infirmary.
Fuck.
Notifications. 8. Button. Gain 30 experience. Gold plus 3. Gained iron punch dagger. Gained black scarf. Gained tusk medallion. Gained bandages. Gained 50 experience. Completed objective. Seek treatment for your affliction. Walk the alleyways towards the harbor. Button. Walk the alleyways towards the harbor. You discover a shortcut through a nebulous alleyway. Dressed in black, a knife-wielding thug prowls in the mist.
Alright.
Ambush the charge. Run away. Ambush the enemy. Ambush the enemy. You lie in wait as the bandit approaches. Sneak sneak attack. Sneak attack. You strike at the most opportune moment, dazing him with a gash across his forehead. Enraged, the bleeding knife thug attacks, armed with 2 daggers. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Pale knife thug health minus 23.
Ah,
Fight back. Button. Fight back. Pale knife thug. Enemy health 24 of 47. You're clear. Attack. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. You. Minus 6.
ah.
You. Attack ready. Attack. Cleave. Cleave. Dim. Defeated. The bandit is left to rot in the rain. Proceed through the proceed through the alleyway. You walk alone on the harbor upset. The coastal approach. Take the shortcut to the infirmary. Map. Button.
Let's go back.
Map. Area. Marketplace.
Let's go to the guard
Button.
tower.
Wolf Shrine. Guard Tower. Button.
Because you can find the longhouse from there, and we will need
Guard
to go
Tower.
back there.
Dimmed. Marketplace.
Okay.
Guard Tower.
Moving my position again. I'm sorry.
You are standing in front of the guard tower. Climb the guard. Find the longhouse.
Find
Button.
the longhouse. Yep, let's go.
Find the longhouse. Used. Enter the longhouse. The longhouse can be found in a back alley near the western shore. The front door is open. A murmur of conversation can be heard from inside. Enter the longhouse. Map. Enter the longhouse. Button. Enter the longhouse. Used. A few patrons are grumbling and drinking around a fire pit. The young owner stands near a wall of shelves in the back of the longhouse. Talk to the owner. Button. Talk to the patrons. Talk to the owner. Talk to the owner. The dead-eyed bootlegger throws a tired glance in your direction. Can I help you? Rows of quart jugs are lined up on the shelves behind him. I need information. Button. I need information. He shakes his head. No questions.
What? Fuck you.
Trade.
I
Button.
should kill your ass for that shit.
Leave him alone. Button.
Seriously, I
Leave
wish
him
there was
alone.
an option to kill NPCs.
A few patrons are-
Like, fucking for real.
Talk to the owner. Used. Talk to the
Let's
patrons.
talk to the
Button.
patrons. You'll get a free jug of alcohol.
Talk to the patrons.
for this.
A young militia guardsman sits by himself, taking sips from a clay jug, while a group of pirates enjoy a discreet conversation nearby. Talk to the guardsman.
Talk
Button.
to the guardsman. This guy is not very important, but you'll see him more.
Talk to the pirates.
Talk to the
Button.
pirates first.
Talk to the pirates. Used. They are quite drunk. You recognize some of the former prisoners from Dusk Megalith. One of them is a woman with a somewhat aristocratic demeanor. She seems to be their leader. Looking up, she says, "You did well. My name is Cleover Dandy. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Take this, for now." Talk to the guardsman. Quests tab. Notifications. 7. Button. No. Gain 30 experience. Gold plus 4. Gained iron dagger. Gained black scarf. Gained tusk medallion. Gained bandages. Gained moonshine.
Just some healing shit. Alright.
Mind your own. Talk to the pirates. Use. Mind your. Talk to the guardsman. Talk to the guardsman. The young guardsman seems drunk and weary. Hey. Name's Arturo. He burps. What's on your mind,
Really?
stranger?
Look at this guy.
Show him the silver brooch.
Quit drinking.
Button.
Fuck.
Show him the silver brooch. He gives you a strange look. You should be careful with your valuables around here. Ask about the Tusk Mob. Button. Ask about the Tusk Mob. Better avoid them, if you ask me. They kidnapped our commander Hadrian Trout. Right now, he's being held hostage in their camp across Lake Row.
Hadrian Trout. Just the last name Trout. Like, really? You had to put that in.
Ask about the Kiris cartel. Button.
Worse. Hadrian's. I like the guy, so.
Ask about the Kiris cartel. Don't know anything about that. Really? Leave him alone. Button. Leave him alone. A few patrons are grumbling and drinking around a fire pit. Go back outside. Button. Go back outside. Used. You stand alone in the back alley near the entrance to the longhouse. It's still raining. A murmur of conversation can be heard from inside. Enter the map. Button. Map.
Back to the guard tower.
Area. Long. Guard tower. Button. Guard tower. Dim. Guard tower. You are standing in front of the guard tower.
No action.
Climb the. Leave town. Button. Leave town. A wounded bandit emerges from the mist on the barren plains. He is brandishing 2 daggers.
Fight
him.
asshole.
Button. Fight him.
Die.
Vicious knife thug. Enemy health 47 of 47. Your health. Cleave. Attack ready. Attack.
That.
Attack ready.
What?
Attack. Cleave. Cleave. Dimmed.
Asshole.
A puddle of rainwater turns crimson when the bandit drops dead with a splash. Leave him to rot. Button.
Leave him to rot.
Leave him to rot.
Yeah, that's what you deserve, asshole.
Explore the wilderness. You walk across the muddy plains near the town of Set. Not far from the broken palisade, you discover a solitary farm, which seems to have been ravaged some time ago. Map. Explore the wilderness. Button. Explore the wilderness. Used. Approach the camp. A rainstorm howls across the grasslands of Row. You travel south until you discover a small military encampment. Approach the camp. Button. Approach the camp. Used.
Oh boy, here we go. These assholes.
Talk to the soldiers. Sheltered behind makeshift barricades, a circle of tents have been erected around a campfire. A few militia soldiers are huddled near the flames.
Alright.
Talk to the map. Talk to the soldiers.
I'm sorry
Button.
for that motorcycle thing. I don't even know what the hell that is. We've been having these people do that, like ride motorcycle, four-wheeler things, like up and down our fucking road for the past 3 days.
Map. Talk to the soldiers. Talk to the soldiers.
You know, it doesn't really
You approach the
bother me.
campfire. The militia soldiers glare at you suspiciously. What are you doing out here? Button. What are you doing out here? One of the soldiers respond. We were ordered to investigate the presence of nomad exiles. They live in a camp not far from here. Clashed with them a few times already. Doesn't look like the situation will get resolved anytime soon.
Yeah, well, I'm here to fix that shit.
Maybe I could talk to the nomads. Button. How long have you been out here? Button. How long have you been out here? A couple of weeks, I reckon.
Jesus.
Things have been fairly tense. Maybe. Where did the nomads come from? But where did the nomads come from? Don't know. Don't care. Ellipsis. Maybe bandits are wreaking havoc in Set. Button. Bandits are wreaking havoc in Set. That bad, huh? This island is doomed, as far as civilized life goes. He sighs. Undoubtedly, the town of Set needs us, but we can't go back. Not yet. Not until these savages have been dealt with, one way or another. Previous. Maybe I could talk to the nomads. Map. Maybe I could talk to the nomads. Knock yourself out, stranger. Careful, though. The nomads are hostile. You will find their camp southeast of here.
I just love the abundance of modern expressions in this game. It's great. Normally that wouldn't work in a fantasy setting like this, but somehow Adam makes it work.
Travel to the nomad camp.
I actually
Button.
like it.
Map. Travel to the nomad camp. Button. Travel to the nomad camp. You leave the militia camp behind and continue on your journey across the empty plains of Roe Island. It doesn't take long before you hear footsteps nearby. Someone is prowling in the mist. Keep going. Turn back. Keep going. Button. Keep going. You cross paths with the nomad sentry. The exile is armed to the teeth, carrying a bow and arrows, along with an assortment of blades. He snarls. You must be lost, unless you seek a quick demise. This is our domain. Return to your crowded streets, or face the repercussions.
You can kill this guy, it's not gonna do, it'll just give you experience.
Fight him.
And then
Button.
there's no consequence, so let's kill him.
Fight him. Nomad sentry. Enemy health 53 of 53. Your health clear. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. You. -1. Attack ready.
Can't even.
Cleave. Cleave.
Yeah,
Dim.
fine. They can't.
The nomad sentry collapses in the mud. Soon, the persistent rain will ensure that his corpse is devoured by the earth. Proceed to the nomad camp. Notifications. 7. Gain 30 experience. Gold +9. Gained iron dagger. Gained black leather gauntlets. Gained tusk medallion. Gained bandages. Gained 30 experience. Proceed to the nomad camp. Proceed to the nomad camp. Take a look around. You arrive at the nomad camp, which is located near the southern shore. Hunters and warriors patrol the surrounding area. Take a look around. Button. Take a look around. Men, women and children from different forest tribes are gathered on the beach. Several nomads have been injured. Their wounds are being treated by a young nurse, working under the auspices of a tribal elder and his bodyguards. Talk to the nurse.
Talk
Button.
to the nurse first.
Talk to the nurse. You approach the nomad healer. The young woman takes a break from stitching wounds. Sizing you up, she mutters, "What do you want, stranger?" "Tell me about yourself." Button. "Tell me about yourself." "The name's Vanya. I'm a nomad from the Fenris woodlands." "What are you doing out here?" Button. "What are you doing out here?" "We were exiled from our native lands after the war. The Robert militia allowed us to resettle on this island, but the locals refused to accept us, for whatever reason. So far, we have no other choice but to live out here on the plains." "Do you need anything?" Button. "Do you need anything?" "Many of us are wounded. We need medical supplies. Specifically, bandages, ellipsis."
I've got a bunch of those. You get a nice item if you give away 3. And we have a lot more than 3.
Quest, inventory tab, has up, close inventory tab. Ancient iron, hunting, iron broadsword, weapon, arm, medicine, 8, 6, medicine, 8, 6, antidote.
I still have an antidote. Oh my god.
Bandages, 10.
Yeah, I've got 10.
Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Leave her. I seek medical treatment. Give her some bandages. Button. Give her some bandages. Thank you. The nomad accepts your gift. Your selfless nature is admirable. Take this gemstone as a token of my appreciation.
I don't need that shit. I'll just sell it here.
Let's trade. Button. Give her some more bandages. Button. Give her some more bandages. The nomad gracefully accepts your gift. You are too kind, traveler. Let's trade. Give her some more bandages. Button.
One more.
Give her some more bandages. The nomad healer smiles with exuberant gratitude. Your help means a lot to us. Here, I want you to have this. She gives you a bundle of strange roots. Never mind the taste, she explains. You won't regret it. Let's trade. I seek medical treat. Leave her alone. Button. I seek medical treatment. Button.
You can click this if you want.
I seek medical treatment. There is no time. Bodies are piling up. You see. Ask around in the town of Set. Perhaps they are willing to help you. Let's trade. Button. Let's trade. Miracle cure. Medicine. 1. Expanded.
Cure. That doesn't do anything except for lower your HP. The only reason I would ever buy this is to witness the death scene that occurs when you consume it when you're at 1 HP. That is not. I'm not.
Close by items tab.
Yourself, okay?
Sell. Close by items. Close by items tab. Character tab. Inventory tab. Inventory tab. Weapon. Arm. Food. Tool. Medicine. Not. Medicine. 9. Antidote. Band. Cloud petal new. Dreadroot new. Dreadroot. A rare medicinal ingredient, known for its miraculous effects. Some people grow addicted to chewing these dry roots, which have a bitter taste. Stat. Open. Use it. 1. Use. Use. Weapon. Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Notifications. 6. Button. No. Lost bandages. Gained amethyst. Lost bandages. Lost bandages. Gained dreadroot. Agility +1.
Agility +1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Agility +1. That makes my job easier.
Leave her alone. Button.
Usually my agility only goes up to 4.
Let's trade. Use. Leave her alone. Button. Leave her alone.
Usually goes up to 5.
You are standing in the nomad. Talk to the nurse. Use. Button.
Strength is usually the attribute I level up the most.
Approach the tribal elder. Button.
Shit, that level everything else up.
Map. Approach the tribal elder. Button. Approach the tribal elder. The tribal elder is guarded by a band of swordsmen. Greetings, fellow traveler. Tell me about yourself. Button. Tell me about yourself. I am Elder Ariamnus, leader of the forest nomads. What is going on?
Okay,
Button.
that was short and brief.
What is going on? Disgraced and exiled, we have traveled far in search of this land. Despite their promises, the Robert militia has responded to our presence with deadly force. No matter, we shall prevail in due time. How can I help you? Button. How can I help you? Raising an eyebrow, he responds, you wish to help us? Kill the militia soldiers. All dead, nothing more to it. Is there no way to avoid bloodshed? Button. Is there no way to avoid bloodshed? I don't know. You tell me. Taking a deep breath, the old man continues, we ask for nothing more than what was promised. Allow us to settle on Rhode Island so that we may live in peace. Otherwise, we will keep fighting until the god of death has claimed us all. Previous. Raising. Show him the silver brooch. Button. Show him the silver brooch. HRRM. Stingray. Insignia of slavery and death. The crime lords of Kira's cartel. Unheard and unseen. They flood the islands with opium and corpses. What do you know about the bandits? Button. What do you know about the bandits? Not much. They call themselves the Tusk Mob. A bunch of low-grade smugglers, who dwell among the ruins of past. Lately, they have bolstered their ranks, wreaking havoc across the grasslands of Ro. What else can you tell me about the Kira's cartel? What else can you tell me about the Kira's cartel? They are merciless hunters, who prey on the nomads to sustain their slave markets. Most men are unaware of their existence. Pray tell, how did you cross paths with such a wretched organization? I'm searching for a crime lord named Mantis. Button. I'm searching for a crime lord named Mantis. I have heard of him. A remarkable man, by any measure, except virtue.
Yeah, really.
Affliction of the mind. Button. Affliction of the mind. There are many such afflictions. Minds are trapped by the foul temptations of opium and idolatry. Perhaps you will never be the same. But the gods will punish those who wronged you. Of this I am certain. Let's talk about something else. Ellipsis.
Alright.
But let's talk about something else. Ellipse. The tribal. I had some quest. The tribal elder waits for you to speak. His band of swordsmen crowd you with menacing glares. Leave him alone. I had some question. I had some questions. Ellipsis. Yes? Let's talk about leave him alone. Button. Leave him alone.
Okay, let's go back.
You are standing in the nomad camp.
To the militia camp.
Talk to the approach the tribe. Map. Button. Map. Area. Nomad. Militia camp. Button. Militia camp. Dim. Militia camp. You have returned to the militia camp. Talk to the soldiers. Used. Button. Talk to the soldiers. Used. You approach the campfire. The militia soldiers recognize you from before. One of them says, "You're back. Anything on your mind?" Tell him what you have learned about the nomads. Button. Tell him what you have learned about the nomads. Exiles from the woodland uprising. Huh? Well, harsh as it may be, I don't care. Because I don't trust them. Especially now. We have no need for more lawless mischief on Roe Island. Far as I'm concerned, nomads will be killed on sight, unless they agree to surrender unconditionally. Map. Button. Map.
Alright.
Area. Grasslands of Nomad Camp. Button.
Back.
Nomad Camp. Dim. Nomad Camp. You are standing in the nomad camp near. Talk to the nurse. Used. Approach the tribal elder. Used.
His name's
Button.
Elder Harry M. This, by the way.
Approach the tribal elder. Used. The tribal elder waits for you to speak. I had some question. Why not surrender to the militia? But leave him alone. Why not surrender to the militia? Button. Why not surrender to the militia? Beaming. The old man exclaims. Did you hear that? They want us to lay down our arms and surrender. The statement provokes a roar of laughter from him. I had some question. Leave him alone. Button.
Okay, let's...
Character tab. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
What you want to do here?
You are standing in. Talk to. Approach. Map. Button.
You want to go back
Map.
to the tavern.
Area.
Talk to Raslin and tell
Nomad camp, militia camp, grasslands of Roe, abandoned farm, button, town of Set, sub-area, button, town of Set, sub-area, area, town, guard tower, market, longhouse, harbor of Set, button, harbor of Set, militia camp, grasslands of Roe, abandoned farm, guard tower, traffic, guard tower, current location, a horrific scream echoes across the marketplace,
Ah, fuck.
a horrific scream, take a look, a horrific, take a look, take a look. A fresh corpse lies among the merchant stalls in the center of the square, which is otherwise empty and quiet. Inspect the corpse. Button. Inspect the corpse. You recognize the merchant from Port Spire. The bald man has been stabbed in the gut several times. He is completely lifeless. Rifle through his pockets. Button. Rifle through his pockets. The merchant's pockets are empty. Map. Button. Map. Area. Mark. Harbor of Set. Button. Harbor of Set. Dim. Harbor of Set. You walk alone on the harbor of Set. The coastal shanty town is shrouded in gray mist. Approach. Take the shortcut to the info. Approach the tavern.
Tavern
Button.
time.
Approach the tavern. Used. Leave the tavern. You stand in front of the plundered tavern. The windows have been boarded up. A sign has been posted by the entrance. Out of business. Go upstairs and get some. Talk to Raslin. Leave the. Talk to Raslin. Talk to Raslin. The nomad mercenary is slumped in a chair before the fireplace. She is relaxed, but keeps the sword and dagger within reach. Looking up, Raslin says, "You're back. Anything to report? Are you familiar with the Tusk mob?" Button. Are you familiar with the Tusk mob? Yeah. A bunch of smugglers. They rule the neighboring Isle of Bast. Seems like they are expanding their territory. Most likely, they are connected to the Kiris cartel. Know anything about the Ephemeral Lodge? Know anything about the Ephemeral Lodge? I have crossed paths with them more than once. Druids, independent from the others, peaceful and isolated. They roam the forest of Griefing Island to the west. I can show you the way to the Ephemeral Lodge. Just let me know when you're ready to leave. The merchant from Port Spire has been killed. Button. The merchant from Port Spire has been killed. The nomad seems indifferent. Unfortunate, but not unexpected. This town is plagued by senseless violence.
Yeah, really. Fuck that.
Tell her about the nomad camp. Button. Tell her about the nomad camp. I see. Ellipsis. If you talk to the elder, mention my name. Rest assured, it holds weight. Raslin sighs, adding, here's how I see it. Ellipsis. The nomads must kill the serpents of Roberg militia. There is no other way. Any thoughts on a peaceful resolution? Button. Any thoughts on a peaceful resolution? Having pondered your question, she replies, I suppose that the nomads could get rid of the bandits, if the militia agrees to stand down. It seems doubtful that Elder Ariamnes would agree to trust them. However, all things considered, it seems like a solution that would benefit everyone. Unfortunately, common sense is a rare commodity in this world. Ellipsis. Previous. I see. Farewell. Character tab. I see. I see. Farewell. You stand in front of the plundered tab. Go up. Talk to. Leave the tavern. Character tab. Leave. Talk to. Go upstairs and get some. Go upstairs and get some rest. Used. You rest for a while. Notifications. 1. Health plus 14. Leave the tavern. Button. Leave the tavern. Used. You walk alone on. Approach. Approach the tavern. Map. Button. Map. Zoom. Recent. Zoom out. Button. Longhouse. Reset. Zoom out. Button. Zoom out. Dimmed. Area. Roe Island.
Roe Island is
Abandoned grasslands of Roe. Militia camp. Button. Nomad camp. Button.
Nomad camp. Here we go.
Nomad camp. Marketplace. Guard tower. Nomad camp. Abandoned farm. Grasslands of Row. Militia camp. Nomad camp. You are standing in the nomad camp near the southern shore. Hunters and warriors patrol the surrounding area. Talk to the nurse. Approach the tribal elder. Used. Approach the tribal elder. Used. The tribal elder is standing on the southern shore. His loyal band of swordsmen are guarding him. He turns to you, muttering, "You're back." I spoke to Rusleen. Ellipsis. I spoke to Rusleen. Ellipsis. Rusleen is alive. This is great news. I haven't seen her since the war. What did she tell you? Tell him about her thoughts. Character tab. Tell him about her thoughts. Button. Tell him about her thoughts. The old man ponders your words for a while. It's not a bad idea. Roe Island is in a state of anarchy, it seems. Ellipsis. If we slay the bandits, we could win the hearts and minds of the poor fishermen. The nomads will bring order and justice, leaving the people with no other choice but to accept us.
Hell yeah.
Previous. I shall inform the militia. Button. I shall inform the militia. The tribal elder nods. We will make the necessary preparations. However, it's important that you make sure that the field commander vows to honor the agreement. We will wait until you come back from the militia camp.
This is where having 3 charisma versus having 2 charisma is very important. If you have 2 charisma, this will fail, and the militia and the nomads will clash and kill each other off. The field commander will still be alive. You can fight him and get a few unique items, but
farewell.
This option that we're doing here, where the
farewell.
Nomads kill the bandits,
you are
gives more XP. That's what I'm doing.
Approach the tribal map. Button.
You can do
map.
the other option on your own.
Area. Roe Island.
I'm not going to show you everything because that's boring.
No. Militia camp.
I'll leave
Button.
some stuff for y'all to figure out, right?
Militia camp. Dimmed. Militia camp. You have returned to the militia camp, where a few soldiers are huddled around a campfire.
Alright.
Talk to the soldiers. Used. Talk to the soldiers. Used. You approach the campfire. The militia soldiers recognize. Tell him about map. Tell him about Rusleen's proposal. Yes. Ellipsis. It does seem like a wise course of action. If the nomads were to assist us in securing peace on Roe Island, we might be able to guarantee their safety in return. Tell them that we will stand down when the bandits have been slaughtered. Until then, there will be no peace between us. Tell him about the tribal elder's demand. Button. Tell him about the tribal elder's demand. The field commander sighs. The savage wants me to make a vow of honor? Fine. If they wipe out the bandits, we will stand down. Unless I speak truth, may 1,000 rooks descend on my corpse. Map. Button. Map. Area. Grasslands of Row. Nomad camp. Button. Nomad camp. Dimmed. Nomad camp. You are standing in the nomad camp near the southern shore. Hunters and warriors patrol the surrounding area. Talk to the nurse. Used. Approach the tribal elder. Used. Button. Approach the tribal elder. Used. The tribal elder has assembled most of his fellow nomads on the beach. They're all armed with bows, blades and hatchets. You have returned. What did they have to say? Tell him what the field commander said. Button. Tell him what the field commander said. The tribal elder seems relieved. Very well. I would rather avoid conflict with the Robert militia, and for that reason, I will trust them. Ellipsis. Despite earlier transgressions. He turns to his people and exclaims, "The time has come. Let's move out." The crowd of nomads raise their weapons. Their war cry echoes across the plains. Wish them luck. Button. Wish them luck. The hastily assembled war party begins marching to the northeast. You stand alone in the abandoned camp as the nomads disappear into the mist. They seem unconcerned with covering their tracks, should you desire to follow them. Notifications. 2. Button. No. Gain 250 experience. You leveled up.
That's what I mean. 250 XP. There is a optional, mostly unwinnable fight in this game that I will cover here towards the end of the part. That gives 500 XP.
Character tab has update or unread item. Close character tab.
Good, right?
Main menu. Health level. Goal. Level 2. You have experience attribute. Open derivative. Open strength. Increase 2.
Strength.
Efficiency
This is
2.
only
Increase strength with 1.
2.
Button. Increase strength with 1.
Okay,
Close
make
character
that 3.
tab. Main level. Goal. Level. Attribute. Open derivative. Open strength 3.
is 3.
Efficiency 48%.
48%.
Close combat. Close character tab. Character tab.
Not bad, all things considered.
Follow the tracks.
Let's
Button.
follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks. Used. Swim across the river. You follow the nomadic war party across the plains until you arrive at a river bank. Judging by the tracks, it would seem as if the nomads decided to swim across. What lies beyond the river is concealed by fog. Map. Swim across the river. Swim across the river. You swim across the river. The water is cold and the current is strong. Shivering, you ascend the opposite river bank. The noise of violent clashes can be heard in the distance. You realize that someone is running towards you. It's an injured bandit, most likely escaping from the carnage beyond the mist. Step aside. Charge. Button. Character tab.
You can easily step aside and then do it.
Charge. Button. Charge. You clash with the injured bandit. Despite being weakened and bewildered, he parries your first strike with his short sword. He stares at you with intense hatred. Fight him. Button. Fight him. Injured bandit. Enemy health 29 and 20. Attack ready. Your cleat. Attack. Attack.
The only thing
Busy.
I don't like about this thing is this entire game is that the music and ambience are lower chart. So if you turn
Attack
off the
ready.
music, you also
Cleave.
I don't like
Cleave.
it.
Dim.
I think
You deliver the death stroke. Gurgling blood. The bandit collapses in the mud.
this is
Leave him to rot. Button. Leave him to rot.
It's not too bad. I definitely like the second
Talk to the
game more.
nomads. A trail of dead bandits leads to a ravaged campsite near a lake. The nomads are gathered around their tribal elder, who is giving a speech to celebrate their victory against the lawless marauders. Talk to the nomads. Leave the camp. Talk to the nomads. Talk to the nomads. You approach the crowd of nomadic warriors. The tribal elder interrupts his triumphant speech. There you are. We want to thank you for negotiating on our behalf. As a token of our gratitude, you may share in the spoils of war. Please, take this. He hands you a pouch of gold. Thank you. Button. Thank you. The elder nods. It's not much, but better than nothing. Notifications. 4. Button. No. Gain 15 experience. Gold plus 4. Gain Tusk Medallion. Gold plus 50.
Gold plus 50.
What will you do now? Did you suffer many casualties? Button. Did you suffer many casualties? A few. Less than expected. However, crossing the river from the south gave us the element of surprise. What will you do now? Button. What will you do now? We shall travel to the town of Set. Hopefully, the locals will accept us, now that we have brought peace to Roe Island. Besides, we are looking forward to meet our beloved Rusleen. We thought that she had perished in the war. Farewell. Button. Farewell. Be seeing you, fellow traveler. The crowd of nomads depart, heading north. Explore the camp. Button. Explore the camp. The bandit camp is littered with fresh corpses. Somewhere in the distance, someone is crying desperately for help. Take a look. Button. Take a look. Guided through the fog by cries of anguish, you discover a couple of prisoners. They are trapped in small wooden cages, half buried in the mud of a long trench. Battered and bruised, the prisoners languish among the bones of dead slaves. Examine the prisoners. Button. Examine the prisoners. Both of the caged prisoners are middle-aged men. One bears the marks of a war veteran. The other is a crooked hunchback with a wispy beard. Half conscious, their glances betray desperation and plead for mercy. Release the prisoners. Button. Release the prisoners. You break open their cages. Staggering, the two prisoners ascend from the mud. Having had time to adjust, they express their gratitude. The tall, scarred war veteran introduces himself as Chief Hadrian Trout, mayor of Set, while the crooked hunchback is named Calvino the boatman. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Gain 25 experience. Talk to Hadrian Trout. Talk to Calvino. Button. Talk to Calvino. Soaked in rain, the quavering seafarer explains his predicament. I have suffered for too long by the hands of the Tusk mob. Ellipsis. Please, make it quick, so that I may return to Set before dusk. Tell me about the Tusk mob. Button. Tell me about the Tusk mob. Shaking his head, he croaks. Wild bandits. Nothing more. Ellipsis. They have carved out a path of destruction on Roe Island. Show him the silver brooch. Button. Show him the silver brooch. The Stingray. I've seen their ships. People whisper about the Kiris cartel. What do you know about the Kiris cartel? Button.
Wow.
What do you know about the Kiris cartel? I am wise enough to know that they should not be trifled with. Beyond that, I'd rather not know. You'd be better off asking Chief Hadrian Trout. He's a man of the law, after all.
Yeah, well, we're gonna kick their ass anyway.
Can you take me to Griefir Island?
We're
Button.
gone. We're awesome, you know?
Can you take me to Griefir Island? Calvino nods.
God
Of course. Seek me out in the harbor of Set.
See me in the harbor of Set.
Farewell. Button.
Farewell, Calvino. Have fun.
Farewell. Praise be Fenris. Before leaving, he adds, I can take you to any of the neighboring islands. For a small fee. You can find me in the harbor of Set. The hunchback staggers away, soon devoured by the mist. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Standing tall, the aged war veteran speaks. I was captured by the Tusk mob during my investigation of their criminal enterprise. They've kept me here for days. The Robert militia will be in your debt, stranger.
Hell yeah.
Tell me about the Tusk mob. Button. Tell me about the Tusk mob. Looking around, Hadrian replies, their history, judging by recent events. Chuckling, he adds, jokes aside, they are a bunch of roving bandits, armed by the smugglers from the Isle of Bast. Recently, they've been eager to please the higher strata of crime lords, hoping to amplify their underworld status. Ellipsis. What can you tell me about the Isle of Bast? What can you tell me about the Isle of Bast? It lies east of here, across Delph River. The ruins and dead forests are home to smugglers, bandits and wild boars. Not the most hospitable place, you might reckon.
Wild boars. Wild boars. We will not encounter a wild boar, which is fucked. I wanna kill one.
Show him the silver brooch. But, show him the silver brooch. Scrutinizing the artifact, Hadrian furrows his brow. The insignia of wretched crime lords, spawned by the exiled slave masters of Kiris cartel. What do you know about the Kiris cartel? Button. What do you know about the Kiris cartel? Too much. Their history runs deep. A rising star in the underworld of opium and slavery, which spans across the four corners of Tam Kiris. Come visit my office near the Wolf Shrine of Set. The extent of my knowledge is contained within my reports.
Alright, cool.
I am searching for a crime lord named Mantis, Button. I am searching for a crime lord named Mantis. He sighs wearily. Again, once you have read my reports, your curiosity will be satisfied. For now, I must retire to my office instead. Farewell. Button.
Yeah,
Farewell.
get out of here. Fuck you.
The scarred military commander bows. Farewell. Heading north. Hadrian departs.
Okay.
Walk away. Button.
So
Walk away.
our main
The bandit camp reeks of...
quest on Row Island is done.
Leave the camp. Button. Map. Leave the camp. Button.
Leave the camp here.
Leave the camp. Used. Take a look around. Rain pours from the gray skies above the waters of Lake Row. A rushing river flows east. Take a look around. Button. Take a look around. Tall reeds encircle the misty lake. The bandit encampments lie abandoned on both sides of the northern river. Head north. Map. Button. Head north. Head north. Used. Explore the wilderness. You walk across the muddy plains near the town of Set. A steady trickle of rain descends from gray skies. Map. Explore the wilderness. You discover a log cabin on the eastern shore. There is a lake to the south.
If I would have left the town via the Wolf Shrine, I would have already found this.
Approach. Map.
As it
Approach the log
stands.
cabin to the east. Button. Approach the log cabin to the east. Used. Go inside. Seemingly deserted, the log cabin stands alone on the eastern shore. The door has been left ajar. Go inside. Button. Go inside. Used. You enter the log cabin. The interior is cluttered with broken furniture and miscellaneous junk. Rainwater drips from the ceiling. Look around. Button. Look around. At first glance, there is nothing useful to be found in this old house. But things are not always what they seem. Having thoroughly searched the interior, you discover a concealed floor hatch. Open the floor hatch. Button. Open the floor
If
hatch.
you don't have four.
You open the floor
four
hatch.
perception,
There's a cellar below.
You're not going to. You're not going to be able to find it. That's why I raised my perception so I didn't have to take off my helmet while I did stuff like that.
Previous. You open the floor hatch. There's a cellar below, which can be reached by climbing down a rickety ladder. Climb down the ladder. Button. Climb down the ladder. Used. You climb down the ladder to a narrow corridor. The stonework is illuminated by wall sconces. At the other end of the corridor, a large man stands with his arms crossed in front of a sturdy door. Talk to the guard. Button. Talk to the guard. The mustachio guard observes indifferently as you approach. He mutters, never seen you before. Hope you're not looking for trouble.
What the fuck could you do if I was? Yeah. I wish you could have the option to kill a lot more things, seriously.
What's on the other side of that
This
door?
is a very
Button.
fantastic RPG. Don't get me wrong.
Leave the cellar. What's on the other side of that door?
The second
Button.
one's even better.
What's on the other side of that door? Place of business. The price of admission is 5 gold. You in or out?
I'm in.
Main. Left. Gold. 435. Gold. 435.
35 gold. That's good.
Leave the cellar. Pay the guard.
Pay the guard
Button.
here.
Pay the guard. Used. Having counted the coins, the guard opens the door and steps aside,
All right,
revealing
then.
a crowded chamber. Go ahead. Enter the chamber. Button. Enter the chamber. Look around. But the guard shuts the door behind you as you enter the crowded chamber, which reeks of opium and moonshine. A blonde woman greets you with a smile, revealing a full set of golden teeth. The savior from Dusk Megalith. We've heard a lot about you. Welcome to our humble den of thieves. Previous. Having. Look around. Button. Look around. The crowded chamber is filled to the brim with crates, barrels, chests, sacks and cabinets. About a dozen people are conversing among themselves, drinking and smoking. They all seem to know each other.
Yeah.
Den of thieves? Button. Den of thieves? Still smiling, the blonde woman explains, we don't mince words around here. The world is full of arbitrary restrictions. This is a place where supply meets demand. Now tell me, what is it that you desire? Who are you people? Button. Who are you people? Specifically? I'm not sure. We're not good with names. The room erupts with laughter. Wiping a tear from the corner of her eye, the woman goes on to say, we're just a group of friends who like to stick together. I'm the hostess. That's all you need to know. Really. Ellipsis. I'm looking to trade. Button. I'm looking to trade. The woman keeps smiling as if she's eager to show off her golden teeth. Well, then you should talk to my good friend over here. Ellipsis. She motions toward a cowled man with an eye patch. This is our world-class smuggler, who would prefer to remain anonymous. I'm sure you understand. The one-eyed man greets you with a nod. I need a drink. Button. I need a drink. The woman seems overly excited. Look no further. I specialize in all manner of intoxication. Please, have a look at my wares and let me know when you have made your decision. Satisfaction guaranteed. She winks at you and giggles. I need information. Button. I need information. The smiling woman replies, with all due respect, this is a place of business, not gossip. Do you offer, ellipsis, carnal pleasures? Button.
Yeah, let's fucking click it.
Do you offer, ellipsis, carnal... Her smiles fades ever so slightly, unfortunately, due to the recent influx of savage bandits. Most of the whores on Roe Island have been murdered or kidnapped. It's a shame, really. They had quite a reputation.
That's fucked.
Trade with the smuggler. Button.
We're going to trade with the smuggler. That's all we need to do here.
Trade with the smuggler. Use. Rondel dagger.
We have
Stiletto.
weapons
Weapon.
here, they
2.
suck.
Medicine.
Don't bother
1.
picking
Collapse. Tool. 2.
Tools.
Collapse. Tool. 2.
Tools.
Expand. Advanced lockpick.
Advanced lockpick. We already
Crude
have the
lockpick.
crude lockpick here.
Advanced
But we need
lockpick.
the
Advanced lockpick.
for a few options.
A sophisticated tool, which can be used to disable the most complicated locks. Buy bullet 263 gold.
And I have
Button.
more than enough gold.
Buy bullet 263
that.
gold. Dim. Close by items tab.
That's
Character
exactly
tab.
why I was saving up
The
my
one-eyed
gold.
smuggler mumbles incoherently.
Alright, let's
Trade.
get out of
Buy.
here.
Leave the character. Leave the cell. Character tab. Leave. Buy something to
Or,
drink.
if you
Button.
wanna
Buy something to
buy
drink.
some
Use. Moonshine.
We got
Panache red
moonshine,
wine.
we have red wine.
Finrish cider. Food. 3. Medicine. 1.
healing stuff.
Collapsed. Medicine. 1. Laudanum.
We also have laudanum.
Laudanum. Contraband/medicine. A glass jar of opium tincture. Relieves pain quite efficiently. Existential or otherwise. Stats. Use 3. Buy bullet 84 gold. Button.
Let's
Buy bullet 8. Buy bullet 84 gold. Dim. Laudanum. Buy
Oh,
bullet
wait.
84 gold. Dim.
I can't.
Button. Close by
okay.
items tab.
That's alright.
Close by
We
items
have
tab. Leave the cellar.
some.
Character.
They will
Leave the
fully
cellar.
heal your
Button.
HP, so
Leave the cellar. Used.
you wanna.
You're standing among the broken. Go back. Climb down. Character tab. Go back outside. Go back outside. Used. Seemingly deserted. Go inside. Map. Character tab. Map. Map. Area. Log. North. Lake Row. Town of Set. Sub area. Town of Set. Sub area. Area. Wolf. Marketplace. Button.
Marketplace.
Marketplace. Northern Plains. Wolf Shrine. Wolf Shrine. Current location. The winds of change have swept across the town of Set. Now that the bandits have been defeated, more people can be seen out in the open. Many of them are on their way to the marketplace, which is bustling with activity. The winds of change. Continue. The winds of change. Continue on your way. Continue on your way. Trade. Button. Militia soldiers patrol the area, which is crowded by a variety of merchants and customers. Trade. Map. Make. Health. Level. Goal. 83.
We got 83. Wow, I'm fucking kidding. Okay, 83
Trade.
gold.
Button. Militia. Trade. Button. Trade. Secured by the watchful eye of Robert Militia, the marketplace has sprung to life. The stalls are now occupied by several different merchants, all of which specialize in different commodities. With whom would you like to trade?
Alright, so we've got a couple options here.
The fisherman.
We've got
Button.
fishermen who we can get fish from, obviously.
The blacksmith. Button.
Blacksmith.
The tailor. Button.
Tailor, who I don't even fucking go near.
The junk
I'll
man.
show you
Button.
what he's got. Just junk man.
The carpenter. Map. The fisherman. Button. Secure. The fisherman. The fisherman. The fisherman guards his odorous barrels, clamoring, fresh eel, caught this very morning.
Eel? Really?
Buy some fish. Button. Buy some fish. Chrome River eel. Chrome River eel. Fish. Charred and salted. A cut of Chrome River eel. The main sustenance and livelihood among the
Yummy.
fishermen of Set.
I've never actually had these.
Stats. Open. Use. 1. Buy bullet 6 gold. Button. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullet 6. Buy bullet 6 gold. Chrome. Food. 1. Close by items tab. Close by items tab. Enjoy. Main menu. Health. Level. 10. Health points 112 of 112. Goal. 53. Character tab. Trade with another merchant. Health. Level. Goal. 53. Trade with another merchant. Trade with another merchant. The stalls in the marketplace are occupied by several different merchants. With whom would you like? The fisherman. The blacksmith. Button. The blacksmith. The blacksmith offers a selection of weapons and armor. Guarded by his crew of pale apprentices, he eyes you with suspicion. Buy weapons and armor. Button. Buy weapons and armor. Heavy iron mace.
None of these weapons are really that good. I
Iron
don't mind
pipe.
the mace.
Heavy iron
I
pipe.
like the pipe. You'll actually, if you want to defeat it, that's something else.
Heavy iron mace.
Which is not gonna fight. I'll get there.
Heavy iron mace. A massive war club, reinforced by iron bolts. Stats. When equipped. Open health. Slot. Main hand. Efficiency. 0. Damage. 3 to 20. Income. 7. Buy bullet 84 gold. Heavy iron mace. Iron pipe. Iron pipe. A heavy, iron-tipped spear with considerable reach. Intended for two-handed, close combat. Slot. Efficiency. 0. Damage. 3 to 20. Melee damage. Minus 8%. Encumbrance. 8. Replaces. Buy bullet 50 gold. Heavy, iron. Weapon. 3. Iron war sickle. Iron war sickle. A heavy iron sickle. Its outward curvature is disrupted by sharp angles. Iron war. Combat action. Parry. Combat action. Iron war sickle. A heavy. Slot. Main. Efficiency.
The mace has slam, pike, and sweep, and stab. Which are fucking delicious when combined together.
0.5. Damage. 10 to 10.
10 to 10.
Melee damage. Plus 5%.
Really?
Plus 5%.
My melee damage is 5% with stab.
Encumbrance. 5. Replaces rusty. Buy bullet 84 gold.
not going
Dim.
to buy
Heavy
that.
iron. Weapon. 3. Armor. Close. Armor. 3. Armor. 3. Expand. Heavy iron chainmail. Heavy iron chainmail. Crude and cumbersome. This dark iron chainmail shirt covers the head and torso. Stats. Open. When equipped. Open. Slot. P. Efficiency. P. B.
So head and body slot.
Efficiency. 0. Armor. 45. Protection. Minus 52%. Encumbrance. 9. Melee damage. Plus 27%. Replaces Girder Demaroon in one more item. Buy bullet 250 gold. Heavy iron greaves. Heavy iron greaves. Crudely sculpted and overly cumbersome. These dark iron greaves provide ample protection for the legs. Stat. When. Slot. Feet. If it. 0. Arm. 30. Protect. Minus 19%. Encumber. 9. Melee. Plus 2%. Replaces rusty iron chainmail. Buy. Heavy iron war gauntlets. Heavy iron war gauntlets. Dark iron arm guards. The heavy, interlocking segments of plate armor extend about the elbows. Stat. When. Open. Slot. Pant. If it. 0.4. Armor. 30. Protection. Minus 19%. Encumbrance. 9. Melee damage. Plus 2%. Replaces rusty iron chainmail. Buy bullet 167. Heavy iron. Close by items tab. Close by items tab.
Go.
Pleasure doing buy weapons and armor. Trade with another merchant. Button. Trade with another merchant.
I'm gonna show you
The stalls in the marketplace are
I'm not going to be buying anything.
the fisherman, the blacksmith, the tailor. Button. The tailor. Accompanied by a family of seamstresses, the tailor presides over a vast emporium of clothes and accessories. Browse his wares. Button. Browse his wares. Black beret, black cape, black tunic, red tunic, white silk gloves, white silk scarf, white tunic, wool cap, armor. 10. Close by items tab. Close by items tab. Thank you and fair. Browse his wares. Trade with another merchant. Trade with another merchant. The stalls in the tailor, the junk man, the junk man. The junk man is covered in dirt, much like the motley crew of young scavengers who surround him. A wide assortment of trinkets are displayed in this stall. Browse his wares. Button. Browse his wares. Iron butcher knife. Weapon. 1. Expanded. Armor. 2. Collapsed. Armor. 2. Expand. Spike gauntlets.
Spike gauntlets is actually quite unique. It increases your melee damage, actually.
Spike gauntlets. A pair of iron war gauntlets with large spikes protruding from the knuckles. Stats. Head. Open held text for item stats. When equipped. Open held text for when equipped. Slot. Hands. Efficiency. 0.5 of 1. Armor. 26. Protect. Minus 23. Income. 8. Melee. Plus 5%. Replaces rut. Buy bullet 113 gold. Spike. Tattered fur mantle.
I could buy that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Weapon. Armor. 2. Close by items tab. Close by items tab. Let me know if ya need it. Trade with another merchant. Browse his wares. You. Let me know if ya need anything else. The junk man starts tinkering with one of his many contraptions. Browse. Trade with another merchant. Button. Trade with another merchant. The stalls in the marketplace are occupied by several different merchants. With whom would you like to trade? The carpenter.
The carpenter is where you
The carpenter.
go for ropes.
The carpenter offers a small selection of tools and craftsmanship of reasonable quality. Browse his wares. Button. Browse his wares. Arrow. Weapon. 1. Expand. Tool. 3. Collapse. Tool. 3. Expanded. Rope. Rope. A tool that. Buy bullet 25 gold. Button. Buy bullet 20. Health. Level. Gold. 3.
We have 3 gold.
Weapon. Weapon. Torch. Torch. Fire. A great discovery, if there ever was one. Buy bullet 4 gold. Dim.
Yeah, I don't have
Close by
4
items
gold.
tab. Close by items
I'm
tab.
going to go to the
You know
wolf
where to find me.
shrine, sell
Trade
my
with another
wolf
merchant.
medallions.
Button. Map.
Or just
Button.
medallions,
Map.
I say.
Area. Marketplace. Harbor of Set. Button. Wolf Shrine. Button. Wolf Shrine. Dim. Wolf Shrine. The shrine is located on the eastern outskirts of Set. A few people are scattered around the wooden statue, which has been crudely sculpted to resemble a howling wolf. Ask about the statue. Button. Ask about the statue. Clad in a grey toga, a hunchback priest cackles. We worship the great wolf, he who guided us from the cataclysm. Praise ye Fenris.
Really? You cackle that. Okay. We worship the great wolf. No, okay. I can't do that shit, okay?
Ask the priest about their religion. Button. Visit the clad in a grey toga. Ask the priest about their religion. We worship the great wolf, for he guided us from the lost city of Trieste. 8 millennia ago, Fenris laid down the law. His law is mostly obsolete, for slavery has been rightfully abolished. Yet we remain grateful in our humble worship, knowing that his lesson saved us from extinction. Visit the office of Chief Hadrian Trout. Button. Visit the office of Chief Hadrian Trout. Inspect the coat of arms. Button. Militia soldiers guard the entrance to Hadrian's office. The otherwise unremarkable shack is adorned by a coat of arms. Inspect the coat of arms. Inspect the coat of arms. You recognize the official seal of the Roburg city-state, passed down by the dynasty of High Lords. Inspect the coat of arms. Enter the mayor's office. Button. Enter the mayor's office. You have entered Hadrian Trout's office. A vast collection of scrolls can be found on the shelves behind his marble desk. I've been expecting you. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Button. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. The military officer gives you a nod of approval. From what I gather, your presence on this island has been a great blessing, in more ways than one.
Yeah, you better be grateful, asshole. I didn't
How
do
so?
it for you.
Button. How so? The estate convicts from Dust Megalith. Ellipsis. You brought them here, if I'm not mistaken. Most of them have taken the oath to become soldiers in the Robert militia.
Nice.
They now patrol the streets of Set. It won't take long before the criminals have been purged. Ellipsis.
Hell yeah.
Are you sure that you can trust them? Button. Are you sure that you can trust them? Of course not. But this is Rhode Island. Ellipsis. Beggars can't be choosers, as the saying goes. The fugitives from Dusk Megalith are desperate men with martial experience. They now have a chance to redeem themselves. Do you have information about the Kiris cartel? Button. Do you have information about the Kiris cartel? Yes. I have made copies of my reports. Once you've read them, you may ask further questions, if necessary. Careful, the ink has barely dried. The military officer gives you a couple of scrolls. Take the scrolls. Take the scrolls. I hope you find them helpful. Now if you don't mind. Ellipsis. Hadrian Trout turns his attention to the paperwork on his desk. Talk to you later. Button. Character. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. You are standing in the office of Hadrian.
Okay, so let's...
Leave
You can read these scrolls if you want to. It's not important to the plot, although it does give some background. You can ask questions regardless of whether or not you've read the scrolls, which I don't think is realistic. The second game has fixed that.
Character
you
tab.
actually have to read shit in the second game.
Inventory tab has update or
So we're
close
gonna
inventory
read these
tab.
scrolls.
Ancient iron weapon, arm, food, meta, tool, treasure, scripture, 10, 8 new, scripture, 10, 8 new, expanded. Scripture, treasure, tool, meta, food, arm, web, small, report 1, the Tusk Mob new. Report 1, the Tusk Mob, a sealed scroll, bearing the insignia of the Robert militia. It contains a written report by Chief Hadrian Trout. Read, button, read. Hadrian's report, the Tusk Mob. Introduction. Rhode Island has recently suffered an invasion by ruthless bandits. Who are they and where did they come from? Rumor has it that they dwell between the two rivers of Lake Roe. I shall venture forth to investigate, hoping to answer the questions outlined above. Since most of my soldiers are either holed up in the infirmary, or dealing with the invasion of nomads on the southern shore, I have no other choice but to conduct the investigation alone regardless of the obvious risks involved.
Yeah, that didn't go well for you.
Investigation. No silver tongue would have been able to reason with these thugs. They caught me near the northern river. Caged. I was left to starve in a ditch. During my incarceration, I learned a few things about these bandits. They are employed by the smugglers from the Isle of Bast, known as the Tusk Mob. Using their ill-gotten gains from the opium trade, these elusive criminals have bankrolled an army of knife thugs. Days passed until I was liberated by the mercy of a strange traveler. Having regained my freedom, I returned to the town of Set.
Notice that the gender of you is left ambiguous, so you could easily be a woman here, which I don't really mind, you know. In the second game, you are clearly a male. You are mentioned as being a man. But in this game, I would not be surprised if you were a woman. Actually, I would prefer that.
Now the restoration of order begins. Conclusions. The Tusk Mob is controlled by a deranged mystic known as the Ironclad Vagrant. I heard whispers of the Kiris cartel. As I understand it, the Ironclad Vagrant sought to enslave Rhode Island for the purpose of winning the cartel's favor.
The Ironclad Vagrant. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, that is the optional boss fight in this game, and it is horrendous. I would not recommend doing that, alright? And I could rant for a long time, well not really, but a decent amount, about how fucked that is, but it was coded to be unwinnable. But there is a solution for doing that, and involves the Iron Pike. I will not be doing this in this playthrough. If you guys really want me to do it, I will make a separate video solely focusing on the Ironclad Vagrant, alright? I will do my best. But basically what you've got to do, okay, is you have to use a weak weapon, like the Iron Broadsword, on an enemy that you can fight before the encounter with him. That will stack up your advantage meter. And you're basically relying with the Iron Pike 2 good sweeps and stabs for the Ironclad Vagrant, because he is so strong that he will kill you in 2 or 3 hits, regardless of the armor, and you cannot wear armor, I'm serious. You literally remove everything, which is fucked.
The Robert militia has tried to capture the Ironclad Vagrant for decades, to no avail. Undoubtedly, he is the connection to the Kiris cartel. I believe that he dwells in hiding, somewhere among the ruins on the Isle of Bast. Finally, the members of the Tusk Mob can be distinguished by their peculiar medallions. In order to facilitate the extinction of these bandits on Rhode Island, I have decided to allocate funds to reward anyone who turns in these medallions as proof of kill. The bounty for each one is 25 gold. Close. Button. Close.
Alright?
Close inventory tab. A sealed scroll. Read. Fact. Poem. Prison let. Report 1. Report 2. The Kiris Cartel new. Report 2. The Kiris Cartel. A sealed scroll, bearing the insignia of the Robert Militia. It contains a written report. Read.
Nice.
Button. Read. Hadrian's Report. The Kiris Cartel. Introduction. Most people have never heard of the Kiris Cartel. We who dwell in the outer regions are well aware of their existence. With all due respect, the Robert Militia must wake up and recognize the importance of this growing threat. During recent decades, the Kiris Cartel arose from the marshlands of Iblis, where they have built a great city of vice and corruption. Across the four corners of TAM Kiris, the cartel operatives strengthen their grip on the black markets, gaining tremendous profits from slaves and opium. The Kiris Cartel is financing an armada of privateers, disturbing the peace in Robert and Melequim. Ruled by the exiled slave masters from the Western Highlands, the cartel has become a force to be reckoned with, potentially disrupting the balance of power between the city-states of TAM Kiris. Investigation. Prompted by suspicions of corruption, I decided to investigate the nature and extent of cartel presence on the islands. The island territories are under the jurisdiction of the infamous cartel operative who is known as Mantis the Crime Lord. According to my sources, he recently visited the town of Set, after which he traveled to the Isle of Bast. Eyewitness accounts describe a meeting between Arturo the guardsman and Mantis prior to the latter's departure. Apparently, they were having a quiet conversation in the longhouse.
You know, that's probably where he was going last we saw him. Whenever he was going into the mist. That's probably what he was doing. Going to the longhouse to chat with our boy Arturo. You know, makes sense.
While I cannot prove it yet, I am fairly convinced that we were sold out by Arturo the guardsman. Most likely, he provided assistance when the Tusk Mob knife thugs began their invasion of Set. Rumor has it that Arturo the guardsman has been doing business with the Tusk Mob for a while now. If I were to hazard a guess, Arturo has fallen prey to the lure of opium, a substance known to corrupt the most virtuous among men. Conclusions. Historically, the Tusk Mob has been running the opium trade in the island territories. Faced with the rise of Kiris Cartel, they are most likely negotiating with Mantis the Crime Lord, trying to ensure their future survival in the region. While there is nothing more than hearsay and speculation, I have no other choice but to arrest and interrogate Arturo the guardsman, so that the lawful purity of the militia can be sustained. As of this moment, he has yet to be captured. Unless his life was claimed by the lawless elements, I find it wise to presume his guilt in light of his disappearance. Close. Button. Close. Close inventory tab. Quest tab. Close inventory tab. Leave Hadrian. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Used. The military officer leans back in his chair, folding his arms. What's on your mind, traveler?
Alright, so first,
I have some general questions. Ellipsis. I am here to claim a bounty. But I am here to claim a bounty. Used. Excellent. One less bandit to worry about. I am here to claim a bounty. Used. I am here to claim. You keep killing them. Farewell. You keep killing them. You keep getting paid. That's how it goes. Notifications. 36. Gold -5. Main. Health. Level. Goal. 178.
We now have 178 gold, which is pretty fucking good.
Farewell. I have some general questions. Ellipsis. I have some general questions. Ellipsis. Ask away. What can you tell me about the Isle of Bast? Button. What can you tell me about the Isle of Bast? Used. It lies east of here, across Delph River. The ruins and dead forests are home to smugglers, bandits and wild boars. Not the most hospitable place, you might reckon. What can you tell me about the Isle of Bast? What can you tell me about Greether Island? Button. What can you tell me about Greether Island? Used. It lies west of here, across Crone River. The forest hills are populated by druids and bears. Not much else to say. Ellipsis. What can you tell me about the Robert Militia? Button. What can you tell me about the Robert Militia? Used. The city-state of Robert has two armies. Nobles become knights. Commoners become soldiers of the militia. The knights defend the nobles, while the militia takes care of the rest. Ellipsis. What can you tell me about the Robert Why is there no law and order on the islands? Why is there no law and order on the islands? Visibly frustrated, Hadrian replies, don't get me started. Out here, we are left to fend for ourselves, due to the priorities of our leaders on the mainland. Been like this for as long as I can remember. Ellipsis. But now is not the time to dwell on the past. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. Ellipsis. Chief Hadrian, I have some questions about your reports. Ellipsis. I have some questions about your reports. Ellipsis. Go ahead. I'm all ears. Ellipsis. What do you know about Mantis the Crime Lord? Button. What do you know about Mantis the Crime Lord? A dangerous man. Story goes, he grew up as an orphan on the streets of Melequim. Became an assassin at young age, which is how he gained his reputation. Seen him around here many times, but we were never able to touch him. Always surrounded by cartel enforcers. Ellipsis. Previous. Do you know where I can find him? Button. Do you know where I can find him? You've read my reports. I can't say for sure, but I believe that he was headed for the Isle of Bast. Ellipsis. Clearing his throat, the military officer adds, Arturo the guardsman might know more, but he seems to have disappeared. Tell me more about Arturo the guardsman. Button. Tell me more about Arturo the guardsman. Used. Another tale of wasted potential, it seems. Like many others, he came here as a young exile. Very tight-lipped about his past, but that's usually the case. A good soldier, at least in the beginning. Ellipsis. Until he was tasked with the investigation of the Tusk Mob. That's when things started to go downhill. If you can find him, please bring him to justice. Ellipsis. Previous. Tell me more about Arturo the Guardsman. Used. Button.
What if you can click it again?
Tell me more about Arturo the Guardsman. Used.
No.
Who is the Ironclad Vagrant? Button.
Okay, Ironclad Vagrant.
Who is the Ironclad Vagrant? Used. Good question. He's the leader of the Tusk Mob and de facto ruler of the Isle of Bast. Legend has it that the Ironclad Vagrant conquered Bast during the Civil Wars. But that was a lifetime ago. Some believe that he's immortal. More likely, it's some kind of inherited title. Ellipsis.
I don't know, man.
Tell me more. Who is the Ironclad Vagrant? Used. Let's talk about something else. Farewell. Button. Farewell. You are standing in the office of Hadrian Trout. Talk. Leave Hadrian's office. Talk. You are standing in the office of Hadrian Trout. The military officer sits behind his marble desk. Talk. Leave Hadrian's office.
Okay.
Leave Hadrian's office. Used. The shrine is located on the visit map. Character map.
Go back to
Map.
Marketplace.
Area. Marketplace. Button. Marketplace. Dimmed. Marketplace. Militia soldiers patrol. Trade. Map. Trade. Used. Trade. Used. The stalls in the marketplace. The tailor. The junk man. The carpenter. Used. The carpenter. Used. The carpenter. Browse his wares. Used. Messages. Now. Alec. Weapon. 1. Arrow. Tool. 3. Collab. Tool. 3. Expand. Road. Shovel. Road. Road. A tool that. Buy bullet 25 gold. Buy bullet 25 gold. Road. Shovel. Torch. Shovel. Torch. Torch. Fire. Buy bullet 4 gold. Buy bullet 4 gold. Close by items. Close by items tab. Close by items. Inventory tab. You know where to find. Inventory tab. Inventory tab. Ancient weapon. Weapon. Arm. Food. Meta. Tool. Treasure. 13. Scripture. 10. 6 new. Character tab. Tool. 10. 10 new. Tool. 10. 10. Advanced. Scythe. Crude. Iron key. Master key. Road. Shovel. Torch. 2. Road. 3. Weapon. Armor. 20. Character tab. Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Trade with an. Browse his. Trade. Map. Button.
Let's go
Map.
back to the tavern here.
Air. Market. Park. Wolf. Guard tower. Button.
No, actually, let's do...
Infirmary. Longhouse.
Longhouse.
Button. Longhouse. Dimmed. Guard tower. Longhouse. You stand alone in the back alley near the entrance to the longhouse. Enter the longhouse. Used. Enter the longhouse. Used. You enter the longhouse. For a brief moment, you are the center of attention, until the patrons lose interest and resume their drunken conversations. Look around. Button. Look around. A few patrons are grumbling and drinking around a fire pit. The young owner stands near a wall of shelves in the back of the longhouse. Talk to the owner. Button. Talk to the owner. The dead-eyed bootlegger throws a tired glance in your direction. Can I help you? Rows of court jugs are lined up on the shelves. I'm looking for Arturo the Guardsman. I'm looking for Arturo the Guardsman. Arturo was here earlier, but he left in a hurry. No idea where he went. Ellipsis.
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking for Arturo the Guardsman. I need a drink. Leave him alone. Button. Leave him alone. A few patrons are grumbling and talk to the patrons. Button. Talk to the patrons. Used. You recognize no familiar faces among talk. Go back outside. Used. Go back outside. Used. As you head for the exit, someone taps on your shoulder. Excuse me. Ellipsis. What do you want? Button. What do you want? Looking over your shoulder, you see a man with the emaciated face and crooked posture of an opium fiend. Don't you recognize me? I'm one of the prisoners from Dusk Megalith. Like many others, I owe you a debt of gratitude. As it happens, I think I might be able to return the favor, in a small way. Ellipsis. Previous. Go on. Ellipsis. Character. Go on. Go on. Ellipsis. Apologies for eavesdropping, but, ellipsis, you were asking about Arturo the Guardsman. Ellipsis. He's an old acquaintance of mine. Not a good friend, mind you. Ellipsis. We share similar habits. That's all. Ellipsis. Get to the point. Button. Get to the point.
Get to the point.
Arturo is a good soldier, for the most part. Whenever the weight of the world becomes too much to bear, he usually seeks refuge in the abandoned farm. If you're trying to find him, it's a good place to start. Duly noted. Button. Duly noted. The old farm lies south of here. Ellipsis. Be careful, though. Arturo should not be underestimated. Farewell, traveler. Ellipsis. Farewell. Button. Farewell. You stand alone in the back. Enter the longhouse. Map. Button. Map. Area. Zoom. Reset. Zoom out. Zoom out. Dimmed. Area. Town of Set. Grasslands. Northern Plains. Militia camp. Log cabin. Lake Row. Nomad camp. Bandit camp. Southern Plains. Recenter map. Abandoned. Town of. Abandoned farm. Button. Abandoned farm. Guard tower. Abandoned farm.
There's a very
You are standing near the
specific actions you have to do here in order to not, to get the most out of this.
Explore the old map.
So
Explore the old farm. Explore the old farm. Years of neglect has rendered most of the structures unusable. There's an old barn with a collapsed roof. The granary is nothing more than a pile of rubble, but the farmhouse in the center is still standing. You catch a glimpse of movement in one of the broken windows. Previous. You approach the front door.
Do not approach the front door. You will die.
Look for another entrance.
Another
Button.
entrance is what you want to do.
Leave the old farm. Button.
Yeah, leave the old farm.
Look for another entrance. But approach the. Look for another entrance. Button.
Look for
Look for another entrance. You circle around the building and discover a back door. The windows on this side have been boarded up. Open the door. Button. Go back to the front yard. Open the door. Open the door. The door is locked. Disable the lock. Button. Disable the lock. You disable the lock.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could do that with a crude lockpick, but you'll need the advanced lockpick here very soon.
Go inside. Button. Go inside. You quietly enter the farmhouse. Armed with a bow and arrows, a hooded soldier stands near one of the windows. He doesn't seem to be aware of your presence, as his attention is focused on the front yard. Sneak up on him. Talk to him. Character tab. Talk to him. Button. Character. Talk to him. Button. Talk to him. Startled, the hooded soldier turns around to face you. Huh? What are you? I'm looking for Arturo the character. I'm looking for Arturo the guardsman. Yeah, that's me. What the hell do you want? I'm here to turn. I need information about the Tusk mob. Button. What do you know about Mantis the crime? Character tab. What do you know about Mantis? I need information about the Tusk mob.
I can't
Button.
actually remember how the fuck I'm proceeding with this.
I need information about the Tusk mob. I might be willing to talk, on 2 conditions. Ellipsis. Having cleared his throat, he goes on to say, I want to get paid. And I want to be left alone. Don't follow me. Don't rat me out. I'm here to turn you in. What do you know? I promise to let you go. Character. I promise to let you go. Somewhat hesitant, he replies, good. Now, the money. Ellipsis. I'm here to turn you. What do you know about man? Pay him. But, character. Pay him. Button. Pay him. Having counted the coins, Arturo says, listen. People like me aren't allowed anywhere near their headquarters, but I've seen it from afar. There's a great tower on the Isle of Bast. You can't miss it. When you get there, go all the way to the top and look to the north. You'll see what I mean. Previous. I'm here to turn you. What do you know? Farewell. What do you know about Mantis the crime lord? Button. What do you know about Mantis the crime lord?
Shit.
You have a lot of nerve, asking questions like that. Raising his iron claymore, he adds, time for you to learn a valuable lesson about manners. Ellipsis. Fight him.
This
Button.
guy is fucked.
Main menu. Health points 112 at 1. Main menu. Main menu. Continue. New game. Save game. Button. Save
So
game.
I'm going to...
Save. Auto save level 10 longhouse. Level 8 shade coast today 10:54 a.m. Empty. Level 8 shade coast today 10. Level 8 shade coast today 10:54 a.m. You have a lot of nerve. Asking questions.
Alexa, what time is it? Holy shit.
Fight him. Button. Fight him.
No, that's done.
Arturo the guardsman. Enemy health 69. Attack red. Your attack. Attack. Busy. Enemy health 55 of your click. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Cleave. Dim. Enemy health 23 of your health 112 of cleave. Attack. Busy. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. You. -3. Attack. Cleave. Dim. It was a tough fight, but you finally... Notifications. 9. Button. No. Gold -25. Gained rogue. Gold -4. Gained torch. Gold -100. Gained 50 experience. Gold +8. Gained iron claymore. Gained laudanum.
The iron
Inventory tab.
claymore is
Has
better
update or
than the
close
rusty
inventory tab.
iron claymore.
Ancient iron dagger new. Arrow. Bronze. Hunting. Iron broadsword. 3. Iron claymore new. Iron claymore. A heavy 2-handed sword. The blade is shard. Both efficient 0 damage 11 to 14 melee +8% income 7 replaces equip but unequip. Close inventory tab. Inventory. Tie him up. Kill him. But tie him up. But take his gold. Button.
Take the gold.
Take his gold. You take back the hear him. Kill him. Tie him up. Button. Tie him up. The injured soldier is unable to hear him out. Kill him. Bring him to justice. But bring him to
I
justice.
don't give a shit.
Realizing that you won't change your mind, Arturo remains quiet as you farewell. Farewell.
All right.
Farewell. You are standing in front. Climb the map. Button. Map. Area. Guard. Marketplace. Longhouse. Harbor. Wolf Shrine. Button. Wolf Shrine. Dimmed. Marketplace. Wolf Shrine. The shrine is located on the eastern outskirts of... Visit. Map. Button. Visit the office of Chief. Visit the office of Chief Hadrian Trout. Militia soldiers. Inspect the coat of arms. Enter the mayor's office. Walk away. Button. Enter the mayor's office. Enter the mayor's office. Used. You are standing. Talk to. Leave Hadrian's office. Character. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Used. Button. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. Used. Chief Hadrian Trout waits patiently for you to speak. I have some questions about your... Arturo has been brought to justice. Arturo has been brought to justice. Yes. I was told that you were the one who brought him in. Good work. Here's your reward. Hadrian gives you a pouch of gold. I have... Farewell. Button. Notifications. 3. Button. No. Gold +100. Lost rogue. Gold +150.
Oh, 150.
Farewell. 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 You are standing in the office of Hadrian Trout. Talk. Leave. Character tab.
Right,
Leave Hadrian's. Leave Hadrian's office. Used. The shrine is low. Visit. Map. Character tab. Map. But. Map. Area. Whoop. Harbor of guard. Harbor of set. Button. Harbor of set. Dimmed. Marketplace. Harbor of set. You walk alone on the harbor of set. Talk to Calvino the boatman. But approach the galley. You talk to Calvino. Talk to Calvino the boatman. Prepared to depart at any moment. Calvino stands on his wooden raft. The aged hunchback leans. Griefer Island. Leave him. Griefer Island. 5 gold. Griefer Island. 5 gold. Counting his coins. The boatman says, not a problem. It's just across the river. By the way, ellipsis. On my way back from the camp, I met your friend, the nomad. Ellipsis. She told me that you were working together. Might want to bring her along, eh? Wait here. I'll be right back. Wait here. I'll be right back. You walk alone on the harbor of set. Talk to approach the take the shortcut to the infirmary. Approach the tavern. Used. Approach the tavern. Used. You stand in front of the plundered tavern. The front door is being guarded by a couple of nomadic warriors. The windows have been boarded up. A sign has been posted by the entrance. Out of business. Talk to the leave the tavern. Talk to the guards. Button. Talk to the guards. The nomad step aside as you approach the entrance. Welcome back, fellow traveler. Rusleen is waiting for you inside.
Hell yeah.
Enter the tavern. Button. Enter the tavern. The interior is crowded by nomads, most of which have gathered near the fireplace, where they listen to the war stories of Rusleen. Go upstairs and get some rest. Talk to Rusleen. Button. Talk to Rusleen. Much to the disappointment of the children in the crowd, you step forward to interrupt the tales of your scarred comrade. Smiling, the nomad mercenary says, you have no idea how happy I am to be reunited with my tribal brethren. Thank you, my friend.
Now the only disadvantage here right now is that since all the nomads are here, there is no longer a place for you to rest in the tavern, but that's okay. We've got plenty of healing items.
Don't mention it. Button. Character tab. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. We have a lot of catching up to do, if you don't mind. Ellipsis. I'll talk to you later. Button. I'll talk to you later.
All you need to do is do
You
that.
stand in front. Enter. Leave the enter the tavern.
Yeah.
Enter the tavern. Used. The interior. Go up. Talk to Rusleen. Used. Talk to Rusleen. Used. The nomad mercenary is slumped in a chair before the fireplace. She is relaxed, but keeps the sword and dagger within reach. Looking up, I have gathered significant information about the Kiris cartel. Button. I have gathered significant information about the about time. You know, I've been asking around, but the locals clam up whenever the cartel is mentioned. Can't blame them, I suppose. Ellipsis. But it's frustrating. Ellipsis. I was beginning to lose hope. She takes a sip of moonshine. Anyway, let's hear what you've got. Quick notifications. 3. Gold -5. Gained 100 experience. Completed objective investigate the Kiris cartel. Have a look at about time. Have a look at these reports. Have a look at these reports. You hand over the scrolls that were given to you by Hadrian Trout. She reads the reports, mumbling to herself. Well, I'll be damned. Ellipsis. Wait. Button. Wait. Wait. Having finished reading the reports, she hands them over, commenting, seems like the cartel is a lot more powerful than I thought. Ellipsis. We might have bitten off more than we can chew.
Nah.
So, ellipsis, what do you think we should do? Character, so, ellipsis, what do you, don't get me wrong, those bastards have to pay for what they did to us, some way or other, ellipsis, at the very least, we can take out Mantis. According to Hadrian's report, he was on his way to the Isle of Bast. It's a dangerous place, so, ellipsis, we should prepare for the worst. Understood. 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 I'll let you know when I'm ready. She nods. Sounds like a plan. You know where to find me. See you later. Leave her alone. Button. Leave her alone. You stand in front. Enter the tavern. Used. Enter the tavern. Used. The interior. Go. Talk to Rusleen. You. Talk to Rusleen. Used. The nomad mercenary is slumped in a chair before the fireplace. She is relaxed. Let's travel to Griefer Island. Button. Let's travel to Griefer Island. Nodding. Rusleen says, right behind you. Just got some business to take care of first. I'll meet you down by the shore. Let's travel to the Isle of... Leave her alone.
Okay.
Button. Leave her alone. You stand in... Enter the tavern. Leave the tavern. Leave the tavern. Used. You walk alone on... Talk to Calvino the boatman. You. Talk to Calvino the boatman. Used. The aged hunch... Wait for Rusleen. Button. Wait for Rusleen. Emerging from the mist, the nomad walks down the harbor from the marketplace, brandishing a newly purchased spear. Climbing aboard the raft.
Wait,
Rusleen...
why could she get a spear, but I couldn't? I don't like it.
Mutters. Hope this isn't a waste of time. Ellipsis. Travel to Griefer Island. But travel to Griefer Island. Disembark. But you travel across the river on Calvino's wooden raft. You arrive at a rocky shore, surrounded by a misty forest. Weary, the old hunchback says, I'll stay behind. Don't worry, I won't leave without you.
Uh-huh.
Disembark. Button. Disembark. Follow the nomad. Rusleen stands beside you on the rocky shore of Griefer Island. Turning to you, she says, I know where to find the ephemeral lodge. Come this way. Ellipsis. Follow the nomad. But follow the nomad. The rain subsides as you and Rusleen wander the hills of the forest. I was out in these woods a long time ago, she whispers. I know there's a path somewhere around these parts. What were you doing out here? Keep going. Button.
You could ask, what were you doing? Why not?
What were you doing out here? What were you doing out here? Murder for hire, she states, matter-of-factly. Many places to hide for a fugitive took me a while to track him down. She sighs. This is not the time for jibber jabber. Let's keep it moving. Keep going. Button. Keep going.
Jibber jabber, huh?
Knee-deep in wet grass, you hear the wind stroking the branches of the tall firs around you. Here we go, the nomad whispers, gesturing towards a well-traveled path through the shadowy forest. Follow the path. Button. Follow the path. Wolves howl in the distance. Slowly but surely, the mist is darkened by nightfall. The path takes you to the garden of a dilapidated mansion. There it is. Rusleen whispers, the ephemeral lodge. Behold. Button. Behold. This place seems abandoned, tucked away in the heart of the forest. The two-story manor house is draped in vines, as if to camouflage the building from prying eyes. A crumbled fountain stands before the unguarded entrance. The broken windows are dark. There are no signs of a human presence. This place seems abandoned. Button. Character tab. This place seems abandoned. Rusleen whispers. Only one way to find out. The nomad walks past the fountain, heading for the front door. Follow her. Button. Follow her. You approach the entrance to the old manor house. Rusleen stands beside you with her arms folded, eyes darting back and forth. She whispers, maybe you're right. After all, last time I was here, place seemed a lot more crowded. Notifications. 6. Button. No. Lost report 1. The Tusk Mob. Lost report 2. The Kiris Cartel. Gained report 1. The Tusk Mob. Gained report 2. The Kiris Cartel. Gained 50 experience. Completed objective. Find the ephemeral lodge on Griefer Island.
Oh, yeah.
Open the door. Button. Open the door. Creaking. The battered wooden door gives way as you push it open. Inside, a nebulous antechamber is revealed. Rusleen lights her torch and enters the manor house, whispering, no time like the present. Enter the mansion. Button. Enter the mansion. The antechamber is riddled with cobwebs and dust. It leads to a great hall, where numerous chairs are lined up on both sides of a long dining table. Elevated on a foundation of stone, 2 thrones are placed next to each other at the end of the hall.
Why is there 2?
Look around. Button. Look around. The walls are lined with bookshelves and candelabra. A sizable oil painting has been framed on the wall behind the thrones. There's a door to your left. Lost in thought, Rusleen stands quietly in front of the wooden thrones, scrutinizing the oil painting. Talk to Rusleen. Button. Talk to Rusleen. Holding her torch, the nomad whispers, keep your voice down, and keep your eyes open. Examine the oil painting. Button. Examine the oil painting. Illuminated by torchlight, the painting depicts a pale man who is dressed in aristocratic garb from the previous century. Determination and power emanates from his gaze. He's holding a ruby sword and a spherical mirror. Runes have been sculpted on the bottom of the golden frame. Lord Hieronymus.
Take note of that, alright? Just take note of that.
Previous. Examine the bookshelves. Button. Examine the bookshelves. The shelves are filled to the brim with dusty old tomes, most of which have decayed past the point of legibility.
Wow.
Try the door. Button. Try the door. You open the door, revealing a decrepit corridor. Multiple doorways lead to back rooms and private chambers. At the far end, there is a carpeted staircase which will take you to the second floor. Explore the manor house. Button. Explore the manor house. Followed by Rusleen, you walk down the dusty corridor, glancing at the interiors of quiet bedchambers. The nomad whispers, hold up. Do you hear that? Stop and listen. Button. Stop and listen. At first, you hear nothing, aside from the strokes of night wind. Moonlight creeps in from the broken windows, revealing the movement of dust particles in the drafty corridor. Eventually, the gentle rhythm of footsteps on a carpeted floor can be heard from the staircase. Simultaneously, you can hear a murmur of voices in the great hall behind you. Previous. Hold still. But. Reach. Turn around. Character tab.
That is really a fucking thing, so...
Turn around. Reach. Hold still. Button. Hold still. The smell of fresh game permeates the manor house. Tired voices resonate in the great hall, while a man in a green cloak descends from the staircase. Walking silently down the corridor, the face of the hooded man is concealed by shadow. He doesn't seem to be concerned with your presence. Reach for your weapon. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. You catch a glimpse of the ruckus in the great hall. Congregating around the dining table, men in green cloaks lay down their bows and quivers, along with the carcasses of wild dogs and hares. Reach for your weapon. Stay put. Button. Escape. Stay put. Button. Stay put. The hooded man in the corridor approaches. At least 2 heads taller than average. He speaks with a powerful baritone. Welcome back, Rusleen. Greet the stranger. Button. Greet the stranger.
Yeah.
Hunched forward, his face remains concealed by the green hood. Saying nothing, he walks past you, heading for the great hall. Nodding in your direction, Rusleen walks behind him. Follow her. Button. Follow her. The cloaked hunters in the great hall ignore you, instead concerning themselves with their blades and animal carcasses. You follow Rusleen and the hooded stranger until he sits down on a wooden throne beyond the dining table. Turning to you, he says, I am Sage Ephemeron. What is your business here? I seek the wisdom of the ephemeral lodge. Button. Character tab. I seek the wisdom of the ephemeral lodge. The cloaked sage mutters. For what purpose?
Jesus.
Affliction of the mind. Button. Affliction of the mind. Sage Ephemeron does not reply. Rusleen elaborates. We were abducted by the Kiris cartel. I'm not sure what exactly, but they did something to us. We are no longer ourselves. We come to you because there is nowhere else to turn. They tortured us, breaking our bodies and spirits. Button. They tortured us, breaking our bodies and spirits. The hooded sage nods. After some hesitation, he replies, it is most unfortunate, what you have told me. Reaching into the folds of his green cloak, he produces a crystal flask. It contains a liquid black as night. Handing over the flask to you, he says, drink. What is it? Button. What is it? Essence of Black Lotus. Your last hope.
You just happen to have that shit in your pocket?
Drink the strange brew. Button. Drink the strange brew. You remove the cork from the crystal flask and take a sip. The black liquid has the flavor and consistency of water. Rasleen takes a sip from the flask and returns it to the cloaked druid who sits on the throne. Gesturing towards the dining table, he says, have a seat. Previous, sit down. Button, sit down. Raising his voice, Sage Ephemeran chants, every man and woman must know who they are and where they came from. Nature shall untangle the knots in your mind. Praise meme and pray for mercy. Close your eyes and wait. Close your eyes. Button.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Time passes. You hear the cracking bones of animal carcasses, yielding to the knives of the hunters. Sage Ephemeran chants, bodies tremble when blood streams intertwine with the essence of Black Lotus. Keep your eyes closed. Pray tell, what do you see? Darkness. Button. Character darkness. Darkness. Rasleen utters the same word simultaneously. Sage Ephemeran chants, something dwells beyond the veil. Breathe. Keep your eyes closed. He pauses. And behold. Look within. Button. Look within. Dancing in the corner of your inner vision, the stingray glistens in the darkness. The creature moves in a death spiral, sending shivers down your spine. Quavering, you are now trapped in the lower depths of your mind. Warped, the baritone chant of Sage Ephemeran can be heard from a distant place. Now tell me, what do you see?
Motorcycles. Yeah, that's what I see.
The stingray. Button. The stingray. Again, Rasleen utters the same reply. Sage Ephemeran chants, a mere phantom, painted on a cloud of putrefaction, yet destructive, parasitic. Destroy it. Now, attack the stingray. Attack the stingray. Attack the stingray. Stingray. Enemy health 13 of 13. Cleave.
Okay,
Parry.
goodbye.
Dim. Parry. Attack. Attack.
Bye.
The creature breaks into 1,000 black shards. A beam of light reveals people and places from a different time. You're aboard the caravel. Trapped in a cage below deck. You hear familiar voices around you. Try to remember. Button. Try to remember. You see a man with an iron mask and a strange gauntlet. Slender claws protrude from the fingertips, connected to glass canisters beneath the elbow. Behind the iron mask, his muffled voice speaks. Who am I? I don't know. I don't know. Button. I don't know. The man with the iron mask unlocks your cage and grabs you by the neck. Clutching a 9-headed whip, he clamors, 9 lashes from Typhoon. Hurled to the floor, you are kept docile by the crack of the whip.
No.
Why are you doing this?
Asshole.
Button. Why are you doing this? Another man speaks. Slaves are a thing of the past. You are the new breed. Attached to his black cloak is a silver brooch, sculpted to resemble a stingray. Smirking underneath the wide brim of his slouch hat, the man goes on to say, who am I? Mantis. Mantis. Button.
How do
Mantis.
you know, though?
Indeed. The smirk fades. You see in our time, a common slave knows of injustice. Outside the frame of law, they grow hostile and restless. But you are not a slave. You are obedient by volition. Isn't that right? Yes. I don't understand. Remain silent. Remain silent. Button.
Let's remain silent.
Remain silent. Lashed by the 9-headed whip, you hear the muffled voice of the man with the iron mask. 9 lashes from Typhoon. Speak when you're spoken to. Endure the pain. Endure the pain.
Asshole.
Endure the pain.
You'll get yours, I swear.
The man with the iron mask throws you back into the cage. Locked inside, you are left alone among the other prisoners below deck. Break free. Button. Break free. Try as you might, there is no chance to escape in your weakened state.
Well,
Sleep.
fuck me.
Button. Sleep.
Oh my
Losing consciousness, you drift to another place in time. Surrounded by a crowd of spectators, you feel the cold wind of night on the open sea. You're standing aboard the caravel. Above, the stingray is emblazoned across the dark sails. Look around. Button. Look around. Grinning below the wide brim, Mantis stands on your left, accompanied by a gang of pirates. The man with the iron mask is among them, clutching his 9-headed whip. An elderly couple stands before you. Mantis inquires, look at the people in front of you. Who are they? They are my parents. Button. Remain silent. Remain silent. Button.
Remain silent again.
Remain silent. You hear the muffled voice of the man with the iron mask. The void speaks for itself. They are nothing. Mere obstacles, flesh or not. Piercing your skin with one of the claws on his gauntlet, he injects a purple liquid from a glass canister. Endure the pain. Button. Endure the pain. Wrapped in his black cloak, Mantis the crime lord steps forward, handing you a sharp dagger. Take the dagger. Button. Take the dagger. Button. Take the dagger. Pointing to the elderly couple in front of you, Mantis commands, kill. Kill the old man. Kill the old man. Button. Parry ready.
I think
Kill
it's
the old
fucking
father.
weird that you get a dagger,
Attack ready.
but
Enemy health 1.
it's
Your health 1.
still
Cleave.
the
Parry.
cleave and parry of
Attack.
your iron claymore.
Attack. Ignoring his cries for mercy, you slit the old man's throat. Gurgling, he collapses in a pool of blood. Kill the old woman. Button. Parry ready. Kill the old mother. Enemy health 1 of 1. Your attack ready. Cleave. Parry.
Killing my parents
Attack.
is fucked.
Attack. Indifferent to her tears, you sever the old woman's throat. Her dying arms embrace you on the way down. Soaked in blood, you watch her die. The world fades away. Open your eyes. Button. Open your eyes. Sunlight creeps in from the broken windows of the ephemeral lodge. Head slumped over a bucket of vomit. You lie huddled on the floor underneath the dining table in the great hall.
Damn, that took all night. Fuck.
Get up on your feet. Button. Get up on your feet.
No, actually.
Nauseous and tired, you stand up, leaning against a chair. A great feast has been laid out on the table. There are bowls of fruit, jugs of water and several different cuts of meat. You hear the voice of Sage Ephemeron, speaking from his throne behind you. Eat. Have something to eat. Character tap. Have something to eat. Have something to eat. You feel reinvigorated by the food and water. Face concealed under the green hood, Sage Ephemeron sits quietly on his throne. There is no one else in the great hall.
Let's see about
Quest tab has update notifications. 2. Button. No. Gain 50 experience. Health plus 3.
Alright.
Are we cured now? You feel reinvigorated by the. Are we cured now? Are we cured now? Hard to say. From what I gather, you were under the spell of a dark influence. It may very well be that you remain powerless to resist the commands of those who enslaved you. Only time will tell if the essence of Black Lotus was enough to break the shackles. Notifications. 4. Button. Gained 100 experience. Completed objective seek assistance from the druids. Completed quest affliction of the mind. You leveled up. Character tab has update. Close character tab. Main menu. Health. Level. Goal. Level. You have attribute. Open. Derivative. Open. Strength. Increase strength with 1. Increase strength with 1. Close character tab. Health. Level. Goal. Level. Open. Derivative. Open. 4. Efficient. 52%. Charisma. 3. Melee damage. 12.0. Close character tab. Character tab. I see. But hard to say. I see. I see. The nomad waits outside. Leaning forward, Sage Ephemeron adds, best of luck, traveler. Thank you and farewell. Button. Thank you and farewell. You are free to roam the woods of Griefin Island. Do keep in mind that we are the caretakers of this forest. Be on your best behavior, unless you wish to test the limits of our hospitality. Go outside. Button. Character. Go outside. Go outside. You open the front door and step outside. The morning sun shines on the tall firs around the mansion. Eyes weary, the nomad sits on the broken fountain. Talk to Rusleen. Button. Character tab. Talk to Rusleen. Talk to Rusleen. Without looking at you, she says, I have done horrible things. Much worse than you can imagine. You and me both. Button. You and me both. Nodding, she stands up. Suppose there's no need to dwell on it. I'm heading back to the eastern shore. Hopefully, Calvino is still waiting for us. Ellipsis. Holding her spear, the nomad walks into the forest. Go back inside. Explore the garden. Button. Explore the garden. Circling the vine-covered manor house, you discover something peculiar in the backyard. Partly devoured by the undergrowth, a stone monolith stands before you. Return to the front garden. Examine the stone monolith. Button. Examine the stone monolith. Used. You approach the stone monolith in the garden behind the manor house. A few hieroglyphs have been inscribed across the surface of the monolith. Examine the stone monolith. Used. Read the inscription. But return to the front garden. Read the inscription. Button. Read the inscription. The hieroglyphs are beautiful, yet incomprehensible. Use the cipher stone. Button. Use the cipher stone. You translate the hieroglyphic inscription. It reads, Northwest, Tomb of Hieronymus. As you examine the stone you translate the hieroglyphic inscription. It reads, Northwest, Tomb of Hieronymus. As you put away the cipher stone, you notice a path through the forest, leading north.
And this is exactly why I bought the advanced lock pick. Because you can get some pretty good shit.
Examine the stone monolith.
You're
Used.
about to see
Button.
why.
Return to the front. Travel north. Button.
So let's go.
Travel north. Used.
Let's go grave robbing.
Follow the path. The northern path takes you down. Follow the map. Follow the path. Follow the path. You delve deeper into the valley, noticing footprints in the dirt where the undergrowth has been cleared. It seems like a group of people has wandered this path not too long ago. Further down the slope, you catch sight of large hole in the ground. Hardly a natural formation. The pit provides an abrupt ending to the forest path. Previous. Then approach the pit. Button. Approach the pit. As you move closer to the edge of the pit, you hear faint cries of desperation from below. Anybody. Ellipsis. Please. Ellipsis. I'm trapped down here. Ellipsis. Please. I can't take it much longer. Ellipsis. Look down into the pit. Button. Look down into the pit. A bearded, wild-eyed man stares back at you from the bottom of the pit, which is quite deep. Standing on a pile of bones and rotting corpses, the man is clearly malnourished and exasperated. Arms flailing, he shouts, Ellipsis. Praise be Fenris. Use a rope. But ask him what happened. Button. Ask him what happened. Used. Frustrated, he shouts back, what difference does it make? Just help me out. Ellipsis. Please. Ellipsis. Use a rope. Ask him what happened. You walk away. Ask. Use a rope. Button.
Yeah, if you walk away, that's not a good idea.
Use a rope. Having tied a knot around a nearby tree trunk, you extend the rope to the bottom of the pit. Fueled by tremendous desperation, the bearded stranger quickly struggles his way up to the surface. Wiping the sweat from his brow, he exclaims, Thank you so much. You have no idea. Ellipsis. Previous. Now tell me what happened. Button. Now tell me what happened. Huh? I really must get going. Ellipsis. Stop him. Button.
Nah.
Stop him. You grab the bearded stranger by the... Tell me the truth. You grab the bearded stranger by the arm. Too weak to resist. He stutters nervously. What are you doing? Ellipsis? Tell me the truth. Let him go. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. What were you doing out here? By the Great Wolf. Ellipsis. He sighs. Fine. I'll tell ya what happened. Ellipsis. We were trying to find the tomb of Hieronymus. Ellipsis. Supposedly all Kinsa treasure buried in there. Ellipsis. But the druids. Ellipsis. The ephemerals. Ellipsis. They caught us in a death trap. Ellipsis. He hands you a crumpled parchment. Here. Take this. Ellipsis. It's a map. I don't even care anymore. I just want to go home. Ellipsis. Notifications. 3. Button. No. Lost rope. Gain 25 experience. Gained map of Griefing Island. Let him go. Previous. You. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. The bearded man runs off into the wilderness, shouting, thanks again. Ellipsis. I owe ya one. Walk away. Button. Walk away. You walk on the sloping path between the hills of the valley. The song of crows resonates above the treetops. Return to the pit. Search for the tomb of Hieronymus. Search for the tomb of Hieronymus. You roam the deep forest of Griefing Island for several hours, clearing the undergrowth as you move along. As time goes on, you begin to question the accuracy of the map. Keep searching. Button. Keep searching. Patience is a virtue. In the middle of nowhere, you discover a marble colonnade. The otherwise pristine columns are entangled by vines. The thick fog and vegetation prevents you from seeing what lies beyond the colonnade. Clear the undergrowth. Character tab. Clear the undergrowth. Clear the undergrowth. Use the cipher stone, gradually clearing the way forward. You walk between the marble columns, which are encircled by yellow butterflies. Finally, you stand in front of a massive stone door. A few hieroglyphs have been inscribed across the surface. Use the cipher stone. Button. Use the cipher stone. You translate the hieroglyphs. The inscription reads, Tomb of Hieronymus. Open the door. Map. Open the door. Open the door. Used. It won't budge, no matter how hard you try. There's a narrow vertical groove on the right side of the stone door. Perhaps a key might be inserted. Unfortunately, you don't have one. Open. Disable the lock. Button. Disable the lock. It takes a lot of trial and error, but you eventually manage to disable the sophisticated lock on the stone door. Open the door. Map. Button. Open the door. Open the door. Used. With some effort, you push the door open, revealing a dark chamber. Momentarily, a putrid fragrance escapes from the tomb. Enter the tomb. Button. Enter the tomb. You enter the tomb of Hieronymus. It's very dark in here. You can't see anything. Light the torch. Button. Go back. Light the torch. Button. Light the torch. The flame of your torch reveals a sarcophagus made of stone. It has been sculpted to resemble a man lying down with his arms folded. There is nothing else to be found in this dusty old chamber. Remove the lid. Button. Remove the lid. Using all your strength, you push the lid until it slides down on the floor beside the sarcophagus. Look inside the sarcophagus. Button. Look inside the sarcophagus. You gaze upon the mummified remains of Lord Hieronymus. His head is adorned by a jeweled circlet. His right hand is clutching a red sword, made from stone. His left hand is clutching a spherical mirror. Take the sword. Button. Take the sword. You remove the sword from the sarcophagus. Take the circlet. Take the circlet. You remove the circlet from the mummified head inside the sarcophagus. Quest tab. Map. Go back out. Take the sphere. Button. Take the sphere. You remove the spherical mirror from the sarcophagus. Go back outside. Map. Button. Map.
Now we can just go
Area.
back
Tomb of Forest. The Ephemeral Lodge.
Harbor.
Button.
You can talk to Sage Ephemeron if you want to, but there's
Rocky
nothing
Shore.
really you
Button.
can get. There's a couple. Like there's, you can get like a better bow.
Recenter. Rocky
But,
Shore.
you know, honestly,
Button.
I don't really fucking feel like it.
Rocky
You
Shore.
do that shit
Dim.
yourself.
Forest Valley. The Ephemeral Lodge. Rocky Shore.
Now
You have returned to the
let's
Rocky Shore.
see, let's
Notifications.
examine
4.
everything.
Button. No. Gain 25 experience. Gain Crimson Falcata. Gain Jeweled Circlet. Gained Orb of Reflection.
The jeweled circlet and the orb of the orb of reflection and jeweled circlet. They are charisma enhancing items. The crimson
Inventory
falcata
tab. Has
is an
update or unread item.
agility
Close inventory tab. Ancient iron dagger. Arrow. Bronze
Falcata
hunting knife.
is a
Bronze punch dagger new.
great
Crimson
weapon.
Falcata new. Crimson Falcata. A short bladed sickle sword. Made from the elusive red rock. Quarried on the Isle of Penance. Crafted by a master blacksmith. Adorned with cryptic runes.
Its actions are parry and cut, which is
Stats.
great.
Winning. Open. Slot. Main hand. Efficiency. 0.7. Damage. 6 to 14. Melee damage. Plus 9%. Encumbrance. 4. Equip. Button.
That
Unequip.
is my claymore.
Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Notifications. 1. Button. Unnatural forces linger in the black runes of this red blade. Travel to the town
The
of
next
Set.
game
Button.
that does this, like, you know, you get little notifications whenever you equip certain items. They tell you exactly what it's doing.
Map.
This
Travel to
game
the town of
does not
Set.
do that.
Button. Travel to the town of Set. You travel across the river on Calvino's raft. Having stayed quiet for a while, Rosleen says, I don't know if it worked, but I feel different now. Ellipsis. Same here. Button. Character tab. Same here. Same here.
Same here.
She shrugs. Time will tell, I suppose. Regardless, we really don't stand a chance against the Kiris cartel, you know that, right? We might be able to expose them, at best, but we can definitely kill Mantis, it's not too far-fetched. And it will be my pleasure. Indeed. Vengeance will be ours. Button.
Please, that or
He should be brought to
he should be
justice.
brought to
Button.
justice.
Character tab.
Whichever, doesn't matter.
He should be. Indeed.
Just say
Vengeance will be ours.
vengeance will be
Button.
ours.
Indeed. Vengeance will be ours. She nods with a devilish grin. Truer words were never spoken. Shortly thereafter, you arrive at the harbor of Seth. Rosaline jumps ashore, saying, "Thanks, Calvino." She looks at you over her shoulder, adding, "I'm going back to the tavern." Disembark. Button. Disembark. You walk alone on the. Talk to Calvino. Approach the galley. Used. Take the shortcut to the infirmary. Approach the tavern. Used. Button. Approach the tavern. Used. You stand in front of the. Enter the tavern. Used. Enter the tavern. Used. The interior is crowded. Go upstairs. Talk to Rosaline. You. Talk to Rosaline. Used. The nomad. Let's travel to the Isle of Bast. Button. Let's travel to the Isle of Bast. She nods. Leave her alone. She nods. Wait for me in the harbor. I need some time to prepare. Don't worry. It won't take long. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. You stand in front of the plundered tavern. And leave. Character tab. Leave the tavern. Leave the tavern. Used. You walk alone on the harbor. Talk to Calvino the boatman. Talk to Calvino the boatman. Used. Prepare to depart at any moment. Griefer Island. 5. The Isle. Leave him alone. The Isle of Bast. 8 gold. Button. The Isle of Bast. 8 gold. Counting his coins. Calvino replies, "A dangerous place, but I can take you there." Wait for Rosaline. Button. Wait for Rosaline. A few minutes later, the nomad joins you. I'm all set. Having climbed aboard, she adds, "Let's go." Travel to the Isle of Bast. Travel to the Isle of Bast. You travel east along the northern coast of Rhode Island. Calvino's wooden raft provides no refuge from the ocean winds. Eventually, you continue southeast across Delph River until you reach the harbor of Bast, where the prows of sunken ships mark their watery graves. Previous of disembark. Button. Disembark. Look around. But you and Rosaline step out on the harbor of Bast. Wiping the sweat from his brow, Calvino the boatman says, "First sign of trouble, and I'm out of here." The nomad replies, "Try to stay out of sight." Calvino. Looking at you, she adds, "This island has a bad reputation. Needless to say, we should proceed with caution." Look around. But character tab. Look around. Look around. Seagulls cry in the gray skies above the empty harbor of Bast. Once a thriving port, now a pile of rubble. A country road will take you across the barren plains to the east. Follow the country road.
Let's
Button.
go.
Follow the country road. What happened here? You walk with Rosaline on the country road. A stone tower looms on the horizon. The nomad comments, "Suppose that's where we're headed." They say the tower was built from the bricks that were taken from the lost city of Bast. What happened here? But keep walking.
You
Button.
could easily say what happened here.
What happened here? What happened here? War happened, like everywhere else, but it was long before my time. The ironclad vagrant seized power in the midst of all the chaos. Story goes. He's been the ruler of this land since then. That was more than 100 years ago. Ellipsis. What do you know about the ironclad vagrant? Button. What do you know about the ironclad vagrant? Not much. Aside from old wives' tales, they say he's immortal. But that seems a bit far-fetched to me. If we figure out where the smugglers are hiding, we might learn the truth about his mortality. Ellipsis. One way or another. Ellipsis. Keep walking. Button. Keep walking. Winds howl across the lifeless plains. Having reached the end of the road, you now stand before the great tower, which is surrounded by cliffs and dead oak trees. The scent of opium lingers in the air. Approach the tower. Button. Approach the tower. Encircled by ravens, the stone tower is massive, at least 20 stories high. A strange man is standing in front of the entrance. Hunched forward, he is barefoot and dressed in rags. Talk to the stranger. Button. Talk to the stranger. You cautiously approach the haggard stranger, mumbling gibberish. He seems to be living in a world of his own. "Hello, ellipsis? Hello, ellipsis? Huh?" Eyes bloodshot. The man stares at you with a vacant expression. "We'd like to ask you a few questions. We'd like to ask you a few questions. You scavengers? Don't even bother, this island has been picked clean. Tell us where the smugglers are hiding. Tell us where the smugglers are hiding. Oh, you here on business. Like the rest of us, don't worry, just stay put. They'll come around. Sooner or later, they always do. We're looking for Mantis. But we're looking for Mantis. Mantis? Doesn't ring a bell. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Drooling. He trails off. Shoving him aside. Previous. Mantis? Doesn't ring a bell. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Drooling. He trails off. Shoving him aside. Rosaline says, "This is a waste of time. He's nothing but a broken husk. Come on, let's check out the view." Having said her piece, the nomad enters the stone tower. Follow her. Button. Follow her. Inside the stone tower, you ascend a spiral staircase. Opium fiends dwell on every floor, reclining on their filthy bedrolls in windowless chambers. Rosaline muses, "A tower of pipe dreams." Keep going up the stairs. Button. Keep going up the stairs. Pale and famished, the opium fiends observe you with the same vacant expression on their faces. The stench is unbearable, a combination of blood, opium and fecal matter.
Ew.
Keep going up the stairs.
Disgusting.
Button. Keep going up the stairs. In some places, dead bodies lie discarded in various stages of decay. Sometimes, it's hard to tell the difference between the living and the deceased. At this point, you have almost reached the top of the tower. Keep going up the stairs. Button. Keep going up the stairs. Finally, the spiral staircase comes to an end. Having reached the top of the stone tower, you now stand in a circular chamber. There are windows facing all directions. Look to the north. Button. Look to the north. You gaze across the dreary landscape. Barely visible in the far distance, a palisade has been erected atop the northern cliffs. Standing beside you, Rusleen comments, that must be it. That's where the smugglers are hiding.
Yup.
Look to the east. Button.
You ain't
Look to the
wrong.
east. Seemingly endless, a dead forest lies to the east. Look to the west. Button. Look to the west. You see the country road, meandering across the barren plains to the harbor of Bast. Look to the south. Button. Look to the south. Dead oak trees are scattered across the southern plains. Go down the stairs. Button. Character. Go down the stair. Go down the stairs. You descend the spiral staircase in this tower of human misery. Whispering among themselves, the opium fiends observe you with their vacant stares. Rusleen comments, can't wait to get out of here, this place is filthy. Leave the stone tower. Button. Leave the stone tower.
Oh boy. Here we go.
You hear a familiar voice as soon you step outside. I heard you were looking for me, accompanied by 2 bodyguards. The man standing in front of you is none other than Mantis, the crime lord. Dressed in his black cloak, he grins
Hold on.
below the wide brim of his slouch hat. So here I am. Reach for your weapon. Button. Reach for your weapon. Rusleen follows your example. Provoked, the bodyguards raise their swords in response. Shaking his head, Mantis grabs them both by the shoulders, hindering their advance. This is hardly necessary. Grinning even more widely, he tilts his head backwards, revealing the powerful aura of his gaze. He commands, lay down your arms. Ignore his command. But, character tap, ignore his command, ignore his command. Deep down, you feel a strong impulse to obey. Trembling, you struggle to resist, which is physically painful. In spite of this, your mind prevails. Glancing to your right, you notice that Rusleen hasn't lowered her weapons. Somewhat frustrated, Mantis repeats the command, lay down your arms. Ignore his command. Button. Ignore his command. Again, you suppress the desire to obey. Rusleen does the same. The crime lord seems baffled by this turn of events. However, the surprised facial expression is soon replaced by his obnoxious grin. Scum. Ellipsis. Who don't pay proper respect to their lord don't deserve to live. Preview. Main menu. Health points 102 of 120. Notifications. 7. Button. Gain 10 experience. Completed objective, talk to Rusleen. Gold -8. Gain 10 experience. Completed objective, travel to the Isle of Bast. Health -7. Health -11. Wait. Charge. Button. Again, you suppress the desire to obey. Rusleen does this. Charge. Button. Wait. Button.
Wait here.
Wait. Leaving the dirty work to Rusleen, you watch her neutralize the bodyguards in one fell swoop. The first swordsman is impaled by her spear, while the other is disemboweled by her blade. Unsheathing a scimitar that was concealed by his black cloak, Mantis laughs. Good help is hard to find.
Yeah, you would have gotten some XP if you would have, killed them all. But that's
Attack him. Carrot. Attack him. Attack him. Fueled by righteous anger, you and Rusleen assault the main menu. Health points. Main menu. Main menu. Continue. New. Load game. Load game. Load. Autosave level 11 harbor 5 minutes ago.
Oh no.
Level 10 abandoned farm 35 minutes. Empt. Back. Button. Back. Continue. New game. Save. Load game.
I mean, you've
Button.
already read
Load
this
game.
shit.
Load. Autosave level 11 harbor 6. Autosave level 11 harbor 6 minutes ago.
Just breeze through everything. Give me a second.
You walk with Rusleen on the country road. What happened here? Keep walking.
Alright,
Keep walking. Winds howl. Approach. Carrot. Approach the tower.
Blah,
Approach
blah,
the tower.
blah.
Encircle. Talk. Character tab. Talk to the stranger.
Sorry.
You cautiously. Hello. Carrot. Hello. Hello. Ellipsis. Huh? We'd like to ask.
Oh,
We'd like to ask you a
Jesus.
few questions. You tell us where the smugglers are hiding. Oh, we're looking for Mantis. Mantis. Previous. Follow her. But follow her. Inside the. Keep going up the stairs. Carrot. Keep going up the stairs. Pale and keep going up the stairs. In some place. Keep going up the stairs. Finally. Look. Character tap. Look to the south. Look to the south. Dead oak. Look to the north. Look to the north. You look to the east. Look to the east. See. Look to the west. Look to the west. You see. Go down the stairs. Go down the stairs. You descend. Leave the leave the stone tower. You hear a reach for your weapon. But carrot. Reach for your weapon. Reach for your weapon.
Shit.
Rusleen. Ignore his command. Ignore his command. Deep down. Ignore his command.
Okay,
Ignore his command.
You bitch.
Again.
You'll
You
die.
suppress. Charge. Button.
Charge. Okay, let's fucking
Charge.
fight.
You and Rusleen move forward with murderous intent. Provoked by this initiative, the bodyguards raise their swords once again. Having closed the distance, one of the swordsmen swings at you. Fight back.
Fight me.
But fight back. Cartel bodyguard. Attack ready. Your health. Enemy health 60. Your parry. Cut. Attack. Attack.
Cartel,
Busy.
you might
Dim.
fuck that. It also happens when you're fighting Mantis at the end.
Attack ready. Cut. Dim. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Bleed minus. Attack. Enemy health. Your parry. Cut. Attack.
Yeah.
Attack. Busy. Dimmed. Attack ready. Parry. Parry. Attack. Enemy health 15 of 61. Your cut. Attack. Cut. Cut. Dimmed. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Bleed -2.
You died, fuck you.
The swordsman was a tough nut to crack, but his chest cavity implodes from the final death stroke. Choking, he collapses next to the mutilated body of his fallen comrade. Drenched in blood, the nomad leans on her spear, breathing heavily. Unsheathing a scimitar that was concealed by his black cloak, Mantis laughs. Good help is hard to find. Previous. Attack him. Button. Attack him. Fueled by righteous anger, you and Raslin assault the crime lord simultaneously. Having dodged your attack, he barely manages to parry the nomad's blade. Momentarily exposed, he sustains a minor injury as your comrade jabs him in the chest with her spear. Cursing, Mantis quickly retreats. Caught me off guard now. Stay back. Quest notifications. 3. Button. Health -7. Health -11. Gain 20
You
experience.
only get 20 XP, which really isn't too
Ignore his command. Fueled by righteous anger. Ignore his command. Ignore his command.
bitch.
Again, you endure physical pain by suppressing the desire to obey. Time seems to slow down as you and Raslin are paralyzed by the force of his will. Snap out of it. Button. Snap out of it. In the heat of battle, death comes within a fraction of a second. Clutching the scimitar with both hands, Mantis takes a swing at Raslin, inflicting a fatal wound. Blood gushing from her throat, the nomad collapses in front of you.
Yeah, she's fucked.
Attack. Button.
That's fucked.
Attack. The crime lord's movements are too swift. Fighting him feels like one of those bad dreams, where you move through molasses. Your attacks are ineffectual and slow in equal measure. Simply put, you are no match for his martial prowess. Every time you try to strike, another injury is added to your body. Keep fighting. Button. Keep fighting. Losing more and more blood, you grow weary. Finally, you fall to your knees. Moving in for the kill, Mantis delivers another slash across your face, making you fold. Never before have your eyelids felt so cumbersome. Close your eyes. Button. Close your eyes. Bleeding out, you hear the voice of Mantis as he walks away. Chuckling, he says, like a dog, and then the world turns silent. There is nothing but darkness. Yet somehow, there is a sensation of movement. Somehow, time passes. How can this be? But, how can this be? How can this be? Where are we? But, a crimson hallway. You're standing in line with the others. So many different faces, none of them familiar. Except one. Looking over her shoulder, Raslin stands in front of you. She smiles. At least we gave it our best shot.
If anyone remembers this music, we are dead. We are fucking dead.
Where are we?
We died. We fucked it. We died. Now what?
Where are we?
Huh?
Turning away, she replies. The corridor of flame, the line keeps moving forward. You have no choice but to move along, like water flowing downstream. At the far end of the crimson hallway, the procession moves toward a fiery orb. Behold. Button.
Behold.
Behold. One by one, people are devoured by the flames. Their ashes disperse. Beyond the fiery orb, a pale giant sits on a black throne. Chained by the neck, a great wolf rests beside him. The line keeps moving.
That's meme, and there's feminist too.
Move forward.
That's
Button.
fucking cool.
Move forward. Button. Move forward. Soon, it will be your turn. Raslin stands before the fiery orb. She seems at peace. Looking back, she smiles again. Farewell, comrade. Shortly thereafter, the nomad is devoured by the flames. Farewell. Button. Farewell. The ashes disperse into nothingness. You're next in line. Step forward. Button. Step forward. The burning ore transforms into a woman with 9 heads. Ethereal. Her flesh is made of fire. The infernal choir speaks with 9 voices. Father Moon doesn't want you. Not yet. Open your eyes. Button. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Daylight. Your bones ache. Many wounds. The stone tower casts a long shadow. Stand up. Button. Stand up.
Wow.
Weak in the knees.
Okay.
You hear the fluttering of wings.
What?
Yes, the ravens do scatter to skies above. So gray. Delirious. You rise to your feet. Look around. Button. Look around. The great tower. The country road. The dead forest. The high cliffs. Dead bodies on the ground. The smell of blood and opium. Raslin. Dead on the ground. Throat slashed. Try to get your bearings. Button. Try to get your bearings. It takes a few minutes before you are able to put your thoughts back in order. Still weakened, you are now somewhat clear-headed, standing among the corpses near the stone tower. Remembering the events that transpired before you passed out, you stare at Raslin's dead body, lost in thought. Bury the nomad. Leave her to rot.
You can bury
Button.
her.
Character.
No, you could just leave her there. Burying her is obviously the right thing to do.
Leave. Bury the nomad. Bury the nomad. You grab your shovel and start digging. Despite your current weakness, you remain determined to arrange some kind of burial. After all, she was a loyal comrade. As you keep digging, the realization descends like the blade of a guillotine. You are now alone. No one is going to watch your back. Keep digging. Button. Character. Keep digging. Keep digging. Burdened by the weight of this painful insight, you finish the job. Wiping the sweat from your brow, you mark the shallow grave with the nomad's spear. Praise be the god of death. Button. Praise be the god of death. Encircled by ravens, the stone tower looms above the lifeless plains on the Isle of Bast. The air is tainted by the scent of opium and the stench of rotting corpses. Enter the stone tower. Visit Raslin's grave. Explore the dead forest. Button. Visit Raslin's grave. Button. Visit Raslin's grave. Use. The grave of your fallen comrade is marked by her spear. Standing near the great tower on the plains of Bast, you take a moment to honor the memory of Rusleen. Enter the stone tower. Visit explore the dead forest. Explore the northern cliffs. Explore the dead forest. Button. Explore the dead forest. Used. Delve deeper into the forest. A cold breeze whispers in the dead forest. One could easily get lost among the hollow trunks of crumbling oak trees, which are plagued by grey lichen and strange fungus. Forage. Button. Forage. As one might expect, the dead forest has little to offer in terms of sustenance. You find a few mushrooms here and there. After a while, you decide to call it quits. Notifications. 5. Button. Health -8. Health -15. Health -74. Gain 20 experience. Gained 8 times palefoot mushroom.
8? Okay.
Main health points 1 of 120. Character
Yes,
tab.
I only have 1 HP
Inventory
left,
tab.
that's why.
Inventory tab has up to ancient iron, crimson, hunting, iron, rust, web, arm, food, medicine, 8, medicine, 8, 6, antidote, bandages, 7, cloud, laudanum, luminous, laudanum, 3, contraband / medicine, a glass jar of opium tincture, stack, open, use it, 3 of 3, use, close inventory tab, notifications, 1, health plus 119.
Voila, there we go.
Delve deeper into, as one might expect, map,
We're not
button,
going to delve deeper into the forest.
Map.
I hate
area, dead, stone tower, button, stone tower, dimmed, stone tower. Encircled by ravens. Enter the stone tower. Visit Rusleen's grave. You explore the northern cliffs. Button.
the northern cliffs.
Map. Explore the northern cliffs. Used. Follow the cliff path. The northern cliffs rise above the barren plains. A serpentine path will take you to the summit. Follow the cliff path. Button. Follow the cliff path. The ascending mountain ledge has a lot of twists and turns. You have now reached an altitude where one false step might be your last. Keep going. Button. Keep going. Having turned a corner, you catch sight of a lone wanderer, approaching your current position. Dressed in a brown robe and armed with a short blade, the man does not seem to have spotted you. Not yet. Charge. Button. Charge. Cowled knife thug. Enemy. Attack ready. Enemy health 55 of 55. Your pair. Cup. Attack. You. -2.
Wow.
Attack ready. Cut. Dim. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Bleed -2. Attack ready. Attack. Attack ready. Cut. Parry. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Screaming in pain, the robed warrior falls off the cliff. Certain death awaits him below. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Gain 20 experience. Look around. Screaming in pain. Look around. You're standing on a mountainous ledge on the northern cliffs of Bast. The stone tower looms on the barren plains in the distance. There is no one else here, aside from the ravens perched on the skeletal branches of dead oak trees. In other words, the coast is clear. Preview. Turn back. Keep going. Button. Keep going. You continue to walk on the rising cliff path until you reach a deep chasm. A rope bridge will take you to the other side, where an archer is surveilling the area from a crude watchtower. Look around. Button. Look around. The rope bridge is the only way to cross the deep chasm. Keeping his bow close at hand, the guard on the other side doesn't seem to be aware of your presence. Beyond the watchtower, a tall palisade stands on the mountain top. Cross the bridge. Character tab. Cross the bridge. Halfway across the rope bridge, you attract the archer's attention. Aiming at you with his bow, he shouts from the top of the watchtower, "Halt." Negotiate. Button. Run across the bridge. Character tab. Run. Negotiate. You raise your empty hands to signal your peaceful intentions. Maintaining a steady aim with his bow, the archer shouts, "Come closer. Ellipsis. Slowly. Ellipsis. And keep those hands where I can see 'em. Walk across the bridge. Run across the bridge. Button. Walk across the bridge. You try not to look down into the depths of the chasm below. Having made it to the other side, you now stand in front of the watchtower. Pulling back the bowstring, the archer clamors, "Explain yourself. I'm here on business. Climb the watchtower." Button. Character tab. I'm here on business. The archer seems frustrated. You're mistaken. The archer seems frustrated, muttering to himself, "Why does this keep happening?" Raising his voice, he goes on to say, "Listen, I don't know how you made it this far, but, ellipsis, you fiends need to understand that this is not a place of business, not for the likes of you, ellipsis. You're mistaken. I'm the new courier. Button. Climb the watchtower. But, character tab. You're mistaken. I'm the new courier." Your silver tongue fails to sway the archer. Without saying another word, he launches the arrow, which hits you in the chest. Climb the watchtower. Notifications. 1. Button. No. Health -10.
Fuck, that's alright.
Climb the watchtower. You rush forward with hostile intention, narrowly avoiding the arrow from his bow. Having reached the watchtower, you climb up the ladder. The archer has replaced his bow with a hatchet. Come on, let's see what you've got. Attack the archer. Cut ready. Rogue archer. Enemy health 50. Attack ready. Your parry. Attack. Cut. Dimmed. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Bleed. Attack ready. Attack. Cut. Dim. Target. Bleed -3. Target. Bleed -3. Attack ready. Attack. Attack. Cut. Dim. You. -2. Attack ready. Attack.
Fuck, you got fucked.
You deliver a fatal strike. The archer falls down from the watchtower. His final death rattles can be heard from below. Notifications. 3. Button. Gain 20 experience. Gold +7. Gain Tusk Medal. Climb back. You deliver a fatal. Climb back down. Climb back down. Dead as a doorknob. The bleeding archer lies motionless on the ground.
Really?
Look around. Button. Character. Look around. Button.
Fuck, alright.
Look around. You're standing near the rope bridge in the watchtower. From this vantage point, you can see the far reaches of the Isle of Bast, the dead forest, the stone tower in the harbor. Not far from here, a tall palisade stands on the summit of the northern cliffs. Approach the palisade. Button. Approach the palisade. The palisade is tall and robust. No doubt, the smuggler's hideout can be found on the other side. Climb over the palisade. Search for the entrance. Button. Character tab.
We're gonna search for the entrance because I like
Search for the entrance. Search for the entrance. You walk in the shadow of the palisade until you discover a closed gate, which is guarded by a colossal brood. Armed with a heavy maul and clad in chainmail armor, the warrior seems unaware of the fact that he's being watched from afar. Main, health points 106 of 120. Walk, sneak up on him, charge. You walk in the walk in plain sight, turn back, walk in plain sight, walk in plain sight. You approach in plain view. Brandishing his maul, the armored giant looks at you and grunts. Huh? Go away. I'm here on business. Button. Attack the guard. Button. Character
I
tab.
feel bad for this guy,
Attack the guard. Button.
but he's fucked. So.
Cut ready. Lawless Colossus. Enemy. Attack red. Your enemy health 130 of 130. Your parry. Cut. Attack. Attack. Target. Bleed -3. Target. Bleed -2. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Dim.
He's incredibly fucking
Attack ready.
slow.
Cut. Parry. Parry. Enemy health 111 of 1. Your parry. Cut. Attack. Attack ready. Attack. Cut. Cut. Dim. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Cut. Attack. Busy.
Yeah.
-13.
Yeah, this could be fucked.
Attack ready. Attack. Cut. Dim. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready.
This-
Parry. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Cut. Dim.
Dumbass.
Attack ready. Attack. Cut. Cut. Dim. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Attack ready. Enemy health 71 of 1. Your parry. Cut. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim. Enemy health 6. You. -18. Enemy health 62 of your parry. Cut.
This guy
Attack.
is
Attack.
fucked.
Attack.
He can be
Cut.
hard.
Parry. Your health 75 of cut. Attack. Bis. Cut. You. Attack ready. Parry. Your health 14 of parry. Cut. Attack.
Whoa. Okay, I didn't know.
Parry. Parry. Dim. Your health. Attack. Attack. Attack.
Okay, I
Busy.
didn't know.
Dim.
Slam. I genuinely fucking knew that.
Attack ready. Parry. Parry. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Parry. Parry. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Dim.
Close.
Attack ready. Latest save. Auto save. You have died. Latest save. You have died. Try again. But try again.
Fireworks and shit. Scare my damn dog.
Keep going. But the ascending mountain ledge has a lot of twists and turns. Turn back.
Oh
Keep
my
going.
God,
Button.
I have
Keep
to do
going.
this shit again.
Having turned a corner. Charge. Button. Hide behind a rock. Charge. Hide behind a rock. Hide behind a rock. You take cover behind a rock. Sneak. Wait. Sneak attack. Sneak attack. You leap out from your previous. Move in for the carrot. Move in for the kill. Move in for the kill. Cowled knife thought. Enemy attack. Your pair. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Cut. Cut. Dim. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Bleed -2. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Cut. Cut. You. -1. Target. Bleed -3. Target. Bleed -3. Attack ready. Attack. Attack. Screaming in pain. Look around. Button. Character. Look around. Look around. You're standing on a notifications. Cowl. Turn back. Keep going. Button. Keep going. You continue. Look around. Cross the bridge. Look around. Cross the bridge. Button. Cross the bridge. Halfway. Negotiate. Run across the character. Run across the negotiate. Button. Negotiate. You raise your walk across the bridge. Walk across the bridge. You try not. I'm here on business. Climb the watchtower. Climb the watchtower. You rush for. Attack the archer. Button. Attack the archer. Rogar. Enemy health 51. Attack. Your pair. Cut. Attack. Cut. Cut. dim. Target, bleed -2. Target, bleed, you. Attack.
Ow.
Parry, parry. Your health 116. Cut, attack. Attack ready. Attack. You deliver a fatal strike. The archer falls down from the watchtower. His final death rattles can be climb back down. But climb back down. Dead as a door. Look around. Character. Look around. Look around. You're standing. Character tab. Approach the palisade. The palisade. Climb. Search for the entrance. Button. Search for the entrance. You walk in. Charge. Sneak up on him. Button. Sneak up on him. Staying close to the palisade. You move slowly and quietly in the shadow until you stand behind the massive warrior. Sneak attack. Open the sneak attack. Button. Sneak attack. You leap forward to strike the armored giant from the rear, inflicting a minor wound. Angered and confused, he turns around to face you. Notifications. 4. Button. No. Gain 20 experience. Gold +6. Gain Tusk Medallion. Lawless Colossus health -28. Health points 116 of 100. Character tab.
Big as fuck.
Close character tab. Level 11.
Stupid.
Close character tab. Inventory tab. Inventory tab. Weapon. Ancient arrow. Web. Arm. Food. 8. Food. 8. 6 new. Chrome river eel. 5. Goat's milk. 2. New. Jug of water. 5. Loaf of bread. 4.
What's up, these?
Moonshine new. Palefoot mushroom. 8. New. Raspberry. 17. New. Raspberry. 17. Berry. Stack. Oak. Use it. 1. Consume. Button. Consume. 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 Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Notifications. Health. Main. Health. Main menu.
I'm actually
Main
gonna
menu.
save this time.
Continue. New. Save game.
In case
Button.
I
Save
fuck
game.
it, you know.
Save. Auto. Level 10 abandoned farm an hour ago.
So
Level 10
I'm
abandoned
not
farm an hour ago.
doing
You
that
leap forward to strike the. Fight him. Button.
Fight me.
Cut ready. Lock. Enemy. Your health 100. Parry.
Parry.
Parry. Cut. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim. Lock. Enemy health 99 of 130. Your attack ready. Your health 120 of 100. Cut. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. Busy.
Fuck.
Dim. You. -20.
Last one.
Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Dim. You. -11. Attack ready. Parry. Parry. Cut. Attack. Busy. Enemy health 74. Your health. Attack ready. Cut. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim.
I might need to use a bigger weapon.
Attack ready. Attack.
That's
Busy.
fine if I
Dim.
have to.
Attack ready. Attack. Busy.
Crimson
Dim.
Folk, God, I might have to do this.
You. -9. Attack ready. Attack. Busy. Cut. Cut. Target. Bleed -2. Target. Bleed attack red. Attack. Parry. Parry. Cut. Cut. Attack. Cut. Target. Cut. Attack. Attack. Cut. Dim. Cut. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Cut. Cut. Dim. You. -15. Target. Bleed -2. Attack. Enemy health 23. Your cut. Attack. Attack. Cut. Your health 49. Cut. Attack. You. -18. Attack ready. Parry. Parry. Cut. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Parry. Parry. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready.
Yeah, I
Latest
got-
save.
I got
Slot 1. Latest. Try again. You have died. Try again. Try again.
Fucking me. Pissing me off. God damn it. Save.
Fight him. But you leap forward to inventory tab.
Okay,
Inventory
then.
tab. Bronze broadsword. Arrow. Bronze. Crit. Hunting book. Iron broadsword. Iron claymore. Iron claymore. A heavy tube. Stack. Oak. When oak. Slot. Both. If it 0. Damage. 11 to 4. Mail. Mike. Ink. Set. Replaces. Equip. But. Equip. Close inventory tab. Inventory tab. Fight him. Button. Parry ready. Lawless enemy. Your cleave. Attack ready. Attack. Attack. Parry. Parry. Cleave. Enemy health 91 of 100. Your parry. Attack. Cleave. Attack ready. Enemy health 54. Your parry. Attack. Attack. Busy. Dim. Cleave. Dim. Parry. Dim. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Cleave. Cleave. Enemy health 37. Your health 100. Cleave. Parry. Attack. Attack. Attack ready. Attack. Parry. Dim. Enemy health. Lawless. Enemy health 33 of your health 120 of 120. Parry. Attack. Parry. Parry. Dim. Attack. Attack ready. Attack. Parry. Cleave. You. My. Parry. Cleave. Cleave. Parry. Dim. Attack. Busy. Dim. Attack ready. Attack. 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 Having sustained numerous injuries, the armored brute collapses like a ruinous tower. Never before have you encountered such a resilient foe. Notifications. 3. Button. No. Gain 30 experience. Gold +7. Gain Tusk Medallion. Open the game. Having sustained, open the gate. Open the gate. Exhausted, you open the gate and step through to the other side. Look around. Button.
Fucking
Look around.
asshole. Jeez. Killed me twice.
Approach the house. Beyond the palisade, a timber frame house stands on the summit of the northern cliffs. There's no one else around, aside from the few ravens that are perched on the thatched roof. Smoke is rising from the chimney. Approach the house. But enter the building. Used. The windows are all boarded up and reinforced with metal gratings. From what you can tell, the front door seems to be the only way to enter the building. Try the front door. Button. Try the front door. To your surprise, the front door has been left unlocked. You open it and step inside. The warm interior is a single room, illuminated by a burning fire pit in the center. Look around. Button. Look around. The severed heads of wild boars have been mounted on the walls. There are a few sleeping cots to your left. A bald man with a red beard sits alone in the corner to your right. Lost in thought, he sips from a jug of moonshine. A young woman lies on the floor nearby. Her wounded body is lifeless and fully exposed. Talk to him. Button. Talk to him. You step over the bloody corpse and approach the red-bearded drunkard. Startled, he vomits all over his potbelly. Groaning, he doesn't bother to clean himself up. The jug of moonshine breaks as he drops it to the floor. Oh, I feel sick. And you ruined everything. What makes you say that? Character, what makes you say that? I know who you are, Mantis Little Pawn. You ruined my plans. I ought to piss on your damn grave. Your plans? Button. Your plans? We spent all our money on those useless mercenaries supposed to make a power move, so the cartel would know we're not to be trifled with. If we had conquered Rhode Island, they would have known, but now we're doomed. Might as well drink myself to death. He burps. Previous. Why are you doomed?
Asshole.
Button. Why are you doomed? Don't you get it? We got nothing, no gold, no muscle. Had we conquered the damn island, our bargaining position would have been a lot stronger. Mantis, the smug son of a whore, he came here to let us know that our days are numbered, and that was the end of that. Who are you, anyway? Who are you, anyway? Name's Red Lake. I run the Tusk Mob. Not that it matters anymore. Nothing matters anymore. What happened to the young lady? What happened to the young lady? Glancing at the dead woman on the floor, he grumbles. Ain't no lady. Ellipsis. Just a dumb whore. Should have kept her mouth shut. Where's Mantis? Button. Where's Mantis? Hell if I know. He already left. Any idea who might know? Button. Notifications. 3. Button. Gain 50 experience. Completed objective. Find the smuggler's hideout. Completed quest the Tusk Mob.
Fuck yeah.
Any idea who might know? Button. Any idea who might know? The drunken smuggler seems confused. Why ask me? He's your boss, not mine. No, he's not. I want him dead. Button. No. Character. No, he's not. I want to bring him to justice. Button.
Bring him to justice. Yeah, let's do it.
No,
Yeah,
he's not.
fine.
I want to bring justice? Ain't no justice in this world. He shrugs. No matter. Seems like we got something in common. After all, we both want him out of the picture. Get to the point. Get to the point. Point is, there someone who might know where to find Mantis? Who? Button. Who? The ironclad vagrant. I've heard of him. Button. I've heard of him.
Fuck him.
I'm not surprised. Ellipsis. Waddling. The red-bearded smuggler gets up on his feet. Having taken a few careful steps, he reaches for a ceiling hatch and pulls down a ladder. He used to run this outfit, but we had to lock him in chains up in the attic. Previous. Why? Why? Button.
Why? Just why?
Because he's a goddamn lunatic. That's why it's bad for business. But maybe you'll be able to reason with him. The ironclad vagrant has a history with Mantis. You see, but take my advice. Whatever you do, don't release him. He can't be trusted. Having said those words, the smuggler heads for the exit. Where are you going? Character tab. Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm gonna kill this fuckwit.
Looking over his shoulder, he replies, this place is no longer safe. Only a matter of time before the cartel enforcers show up. So we're out of here. For now. Kill the smuggler. But kill the smuggler. Drunken smuggler. Enemy health 40. Attack red. Your head. Click. Parry. Attack.
You are fucked.
Cleave.
Bye.
Cleave. Dim. The drunken smuggler drops dead on the floor. Blood leaks from his gaping mouth. Look around. Button. Look around. Shadows dance around the burning fire pit in the cluttered room. The heads of wild boars have been mounted on the walls above the sleeping cots. A ladder has been extended from a hatch in the ceiling. Search the room. Button. Search the room.
A nice piece of script.
Dirty clothes and empty jugs of moonshine. Not exactly a treasure trove. Having searched every nook and cranny, you grab a small notebook from the table where the drunken smuggler was sitting. Climb the ladder. Button. Climb the ladder. Notifications. 4. Gain 20 experience. Gold plus 6. Gain Tusk medallion. Gain smuggler's notebook. Climb the ladder. Button. Climb the ladder. You climb up the ladder to the attic. Daylight seeps in through the cracks in the vaulted ceiling. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be anything here but discarded furniture and rusty old tools, covered by cobwebs and thick layers of dust. Explore the attic. Button. Explore the attic. Having walked past the chimney, you hear someone breathing heavily. The sound is coming from the far end of the dusty old attic. Take a closer look. Button. Character. Take a closer look. Take a closer look. Wrapped in chains, a heavily armored man sits motionless in front of you. Intricately designed, the black plate armor covers every inch of his body. Attached to the floor and ceiling, the shackles extend in all directions, like iron tentacles. Try to wake him up. Button. Try to wake him up.
Holy shit.
Gently prodded, the ironclad vagrant awakens from his slumber with a primal roar, globs and droplets of cranial sludge. His inhuman growl is muffled by the full helmet.
Ew.
What? Button.
Yeah, this is the thing. I would understand doing this boss fight if you got something out of it, like an armor piece or a weapon, but no, all you get is 500 XP, which isn't bad, all things considered, but I really think you should get something special.
Character
That's
tab.
why I'm
Button.
never, ever going to do this fight, unless you guys want me to actually try. Then I'll make a new video about that.
Gently
do
prodded.
a whole new playthrough, solely focused on the Ironclad Vagrant.
What? Button. What? Must I explain the obvious? Centuries upon centuries upon centuries, and brains rot. His
Yeah,
loud
look at
reply
this
is
guy.
followed by a fit of explosive convulsions.
Huh.
Opening cap U, cap
Yeah,
cap T, space,
capitals,
cap I,
capitals
space,
everywhere.
cap E, cap
He
X.
speaks in all caps, which is fucking hilarious.
Calm down. Button. Calm down. The armored prisoner continues to struggle, snarling and growling like a ferocious beast. Perhaps realizing the futility of his efforts, he eventually quiets down and stops moving. I need information. Ellipsis. I need information. Ellipsis. Release ME. He nods to the right, directing your attention to a key, which hangs on a metal hook in the vaulted ceiling. Grab the key. Button. Grab the key. Yes, the key. Remove my shackles and your dreams will come true. After a brief pause, his voice resonates even louder. Thus spake the Ironclad Vagrant.
Jesus.
Answer my questions first. Button.
This guy is dramatic.
Character tab. Answer
I
my
like
questions
this
first.
character.
Button.
For what little we actually see of him.
Answer my questions first. His thunderous voice growls, as you wish, mortal. I'm looking for Mantis. He was here recently. Any idea where he might go next? Button. I'm looking for Mantis.
Asshole.
He was here You seek death. For the likes of you, such a thing is not hard to find. All roads will take you to the underworld. But Mantis, he is a grain of sand in the desert. Yes, ellipsis. Any suggestions though? Button. Yes, ellipsis. Any The Ironclad Vagrant is a keeper of secrets. This is a waste of time.
Alright, goodbye.
Farewell.
Have a
Button.
nice fucking
This is
day.
a waste of time.
Die
Farewell.
here.
Wait. Yes,
Yes.
ellipsis? Yes, ellipsis? Your questions will be answered.
That's what
But
I
you must
thought.
release ME. Give ME your word.
That's what I fucking thought, you little bitch.
I promise to let you go.
will
I promise
this
to let
guy
you go.
though, because it doesn't
The word
do
has been
anything
given.
if you don't.
Now heed my words. I'm all ears. Ellipsis. I'm all ears. Ellipsis. The crime lord is on his way to the great city of Roberg. How can you be so sure? Button. How can you be so sure? Sight beyond sight.
Oh my.
As far as I know, the city of Roberg is under siege. Button. As far as I know, the city of Roberg is on. Black markets flourish in times of war. It's a big city. Can you be more specific? Button. It's a big city. Can you be more specific? The great city is divided by a river. The common man dwells on one side. Blue bloods dwell on the other. The crime lord prefers the company of those with deep coffers. He resides in a secret palace, where he caters to every vice of the nobility. Previous. Black. Have you lost your mind? Button. Have you lost your mind? Yes.
Yes, just yes.
How long have you been up here? Button. How long have you been up here? Time passes. Remove his shackles. Button. Remove his shackles. The chains are secured by a padlock. You insert the bronze key and unlock it. Once the shackles have been removed, the Ironclad Vagrant slowly rises to his feet. You have honored the agreement. For that reason, I will let you live. Previous. Don't flatter yourself. Farewell. Button.
Now, don't flatter yourself. You could say that. That will eventually lead to the boss fight.
Character.
We are
Farewell.
not gonna
Button.
do that. We're just gonna say farewell and get the fuck out.
Farewell. Glancing over your shoulder, you walk away from the Ironclad Vagrant, who remains quiet and motionless. You climb down the ladder to the ground floor. The fire pit is no longer burning. You have a feeling that it might be unwise to overstay your welcome. Go outside. Character
Wouldn't it
tab.
be funny if I could just go back up there?
Go outside. But go outside. You're standing near the entrance to the smuggler's hideout. Isolated on the summit of the northern cliffs, the timber frame house is surrounded by a tall palisade.
Alright.
Enter the map. Map. But map. Area. Northern stone tower. But harbor. Button.
Harbor?
Harbor. Dimmed. Northern cliffs. Stone tower. Harbor. Seagulls cry above the harbor of Bast, which lies in ruin. Calvino the boatman is waiting for you. Talk to Calvino. Button. Talk to Calvino. You're alone. What happened to your friend? She's dead. Button.
She's dead? You could say that.
That's none of your
Oh,
business.
that's none of your
Button.
business.
Character.
Just
She's
say
dead. Button.
he deserves
She's
it.
dead. Oh, ellipsis. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for your loss. She seemed like a good woman. Having cleared his throat, the old hunchback asks, shall we get going? Can you take me to the city of Roberg? Button. Can you take me to the city of Roberg? Shaking his head, the old man replies, I'm afraid not. Ellipsis. It's far too dangerous right now.
Asshole, bitch, you do what I tell you. No, I'm kidding.
Travel to the town of
You'll
Set.
get there.
Button.
Oh, we
Travel
will
to the
get
town of Set. Having departed from the harbor of Bast, you travel northwest across Delph River and continue west along the northern shores of Rhode Island. Eventually, you reach the coastal shanty town of Set. Tired, Calvino says, be seeing you.
Yeah, goodbye.
Disembark. Button.
Goodbye, sir.
Disembark. The misty harbor is unusually crowded. You hear shouts of anger and hostility. A large group of townspeople are standing in front of the galley. Talk to Calvino. But approach the galley. Used. Button. Approach the galley. Used. Numerous fishermen and other locals are gathered here. Their hostility seems to be directed toward the druids on the ship. Waving his fist, one fisherman shouts, "Green cloaks be damned." With all this commotion, it's hard to tell exactly what is going on. Try to get closer. Button. Try to get closer. You push forward through the crowd. As you get closer to the galley, you can see that two druids have raised their spears, blocking the gangway. Armed with his longbow, Addo Triastine stands behind the railing aboard the ship. He shouts, "This ship is our property. You people have no right to claim it." Keep pushing forward. Button. Keep pushing forward. As you push and shove your way to the forefront, you notice that several militia soldiers are facing the druids. Armed with sword and shield, the soldiers are doing their best to contain the angry mob. You recognize Chief Hadrian Trout among the soldiers. He shouts, "Listen." As you push and shove your way to the forefront, you notice that several militia soldiers are facing the druids. Armed with sword and shield, the soldiers are doing their best to contain the angry mob. You recognize Chief Hadrian Trout among the soldiers. He shouts, "Listen up, Green Cloaks. I am the mayor of Seth. Listen. Button. Listen." Hadrian continues, "By virtue of the authority vested in me by the High Lord of Robert, I hereby commandeer this vessel. Do you understand? You have no choice in this matter. Keep listening. Button. Keep listening." The old druid responds, "For all we care, the city of Robert can burn to ash. You want the ship? Come and get it." Provoked by his statements, the crowd explodes with rage. It seems like a violent clash is imminent.
Now, you could either save the druids or not. Doesn't matter.
Interfere. Don't interfere. Character
You
tab.
can interfere or not.
Don't
We're gonna
interfere.
interfere and
Button.
see what we can do here.
Interfere. You step forward, catching the attention of Hadrian Trout. Flustered, he says, "Hey, we could use your help. I'd rather avoid bloodshed, but these damn green cloaks won't listen. Why take their ship?" Button. Why take their ship? The capital of Robert is under siege by foreign invaders. Word came down that I need to send reinforcements without the ship. That won't be possible. It's just a matter of necessity. I'll talk to the druids. Button. Never mind. I'll talk to the druids. I'll talk to the druids. Nodding, the military officer replies, "Good luck." He orders the militia soldiers to let you through. Step forward. Button. Step forward. Armed with spears, the druid warriors are standing before the gangway, keeping the soldiers at bay. The emerald sails of the galley are billowing in the wind. Recognizing you, the two warriors move aside, allowing you to pass. Board the ship. Button. Board the ship. The tension in the air is palpable. You can feel the pressure, knowing that the crowd is watching you from the harbor. Prepared for the worst, Addo Triastine is armed with his longbow, standing near the railing aboard the ship. Talk to the old character tab. Talk to the old druid. Talk to the old druid. Frustrated, he mutters, "I don't understand it. The High Lord never gave a damn about these people, yet now they are consumed by this patriotic frenzy. The city-state bleeds them dry with taxes and conscription, yet offers nothing in return. You need to surrender. Character tab. You need to surrender. Addo. Button. You need to surrender. Addo." He sighs. "This ship is all we have and these people want to take it from us. I can't abide by that. It's not right. To be fair, the ship wasn't yours to begin with. To be fair, the ship wasn't yours to begin. Depends on how you look at it. The ship belongs to the druids. We are druids. They are not. The foreign invaders are a threat to us all. Button. The foreign invaders are a threat to us all. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows what the future holds.
Shut the fuck up.
You're outnumbered. Be reasonable. Button. You're outnumbered. Be reasonable." Glancing at the crowd of spectators, Addo replies, "The gods have blessed me with a long life. Perhaps it's time for the curtain to fall. Why not join the war effort?" Button. Why not join the war effort? Raising an eyebrow, Addo replies, "Are you daft? You're being selfish. Other lives are at risk." Button. You're being selfish. Other lives are at risk. Both of my comrades have been imprisoned for many years. They know what's at stake here. At this point, if we surrender, the militia will have us arrested and my comrades would rather face death. As for the soldiers and the townspeople, their lives have no meaning to us. Previous. You're a character tab. You're a stubborn old fool. He shrugs. That's exactly what the other druid said when I refused to fight in their war on the Isle of Dusk. I was branded a deserter and ostracized for a moment. Addo is lost in thought. When I escaped from Dusk Megalith, I was hoping to find peace. How's that working out for you? Character tab. How's that working out? How's that working out for you? Point taken, but if we allow the militia to take our ship, then we have nothing. We have no. What about grief? Point taken, but if we allow the militia to take our ship, then we have nothing. We have nowhere to go. What about Griefer Island? Button. What about Griefer Island? I suppose it's a possibility. Ellipsis. But I don't know if the Ephemeral Lodge will allow it. You have nothing to fear from the ephemerals. Button. You have nothing to fear from the ephemerals. Scornful cries can be heard from the impatient crowd. Aware of this, the old druid replies, "Fine. I believe you. The question is, ellipsis, if we surrender, will the militia allow us to walk away? Surrender now, before it's too late." Button. Character surrender now. Surrender now, before it's too late. He sighs. "I suppose there is no other way." Putting aside his longbow, the old druid begins to walk down the gangway. Facing the crowd, he shouts, "We surrender." The crowd responds with a triumphant roar. Follow him. Character tab.
I want his longbow.
Follow him. But follow him. You and Addo walk down the gangway. Reluctantly, the other druids lay down their spears. The crowd cheers as the militia soldiers begin their advance. Standing behind you, Addo says, "Please, ellipsis, don't let them take us away. They will listen to you. Ellipsis, take a stand. Remain passive. Take a stand. But take a stand." Despite your efforts to negotiate on behalf of the druids, the soldiers ignore you and lock them in chains. While a few soldiers escort the druids from the harbor, the others board the ship. Satisfied by this outcome, the crowd disperses. Hadrian Trout looks at you and says, I had to arrest them, otherwise I would look weak.
Now, that failed, okay? You need 4 charisma. Now, I have charisma enhancing items. I thought I needed 3, but fucking that's alright. It doesn't really change much.
That was a bad call, Hadrian. Button.
I agree.
That was a bad call, Hadrian. He shrugs. Doesn't matter what you think. I am the law around here, not you.
Wow.
When are you planning to leave? Button. When are you planning to leave? The military officer replies, oh, I'm not going anywhere, ellipsis.
What?
But the ship departs at sundown. Why do you ask? I need to travel to the city of Roberg. I need to travel to the city of Roberg. Huh. Well, I'm sure they'll be glad to have you on board. Now, if you'll excuse me, ellipsis, I have a lot of work to do.
I think you're a fucking asshole.
You're staying behind? Button. You're staying behind? Looking over his shoulder as he walks away, Hadrian replies, someone has to take care of the home front, ellipsis. Besides, I have plenty of new recruits. Farewell, Button.
I have
Farewell.
3 tusk medallions to give to
If you need me,
Hadrian.
board the ship. If you need me, I'll be in my office. Board, come back, come back later,
I'm going
come
to
back later.
sell them really quick.
You walk alone on the harbor upset. Approach the galley, used. Health points 110 of 120. Take the shortcut to the infirmary. Approach the tavern. Map. Button. Map. Area. Harbor. Market. Wolf. Guard tower. Wolf shrine. Wolf shrine. Dimmed. Marketplace. Wolf shrine. A crowd of people listen to the town cry. Visit the office of Chief Hadrian Trout. Used. Button.
Says, yo, Catmullins invading. We need to do shit. No, that's boring. Fuck that.
Visit the office of Chief
We ain't
Hadrian
doing
Trout. Militia soldiers guard the entrance to Hadrian. Inspect the coat of arms. Enter the mayor's office. Enter the mayor's office. Used. You have entered. Leave Hadrian's off. Talk to Chief Hadrian Trout. The military. Show him the smuggler's notebook. Button. I am here to claim a bounty. Button. I am here to claim a bounty. I am here to claim a. I am here to claim a. I am here to. Farewell. Button. Notifications. 9. No. Gained bronze. Farewell. Button. Farewell. Your talk
I
to.
could show him the smuggler's notebook. I don't really
Leave
care.
Hadrian's
I
office.
don't
Used.
care.
Button.
The tusk
Leave
mob is
Hadrian's
dead
office.
for all I
Used.
care.
A crowd of people. List. Visit. Map.
Alright, let's go
Button.
back to the
Map.
harbor.
Area. Wolf. Marketplace. Infirmary. Harbor upset. Harbor upset. Dimmed. Marketplace. Harbor upset. You walk alone on the harbor. Approach the galley. Used. Button. Approach the galley. Used. Malicious. Talk to the soldier. Wait until. Malicious soldiers are inspecting the galley and preparing for departure. Among the new recruits, you recognize many of the former prisoners from Dust Megalith. Talk to the soldiers. Button. Talk to the soldiers. The soldiers are busy with various tasks. None of them wants to talk at this moment. Wait until sundown. Button. Wait until sundown. Hours pass by as you watch the soldiers prepare for war. They sharpen their blades with whetstones and adjust the fit of their suits of armor. Some of them are young men with fear in their eyes. Others are seasoned veterans with stoic demeanors. A few crack wise to lighten the mood. Previous. The soldiers. Keep waiting. Button. Keep waiting. As time goes on, more soldiers join the others on the ship. You can see them walking down the harbor, bringing their own rusty hatchets and heirloom swords. When the sun is low, a tall man in chainmail armor steps out from the captain's quarters. A red mantle hangs from the golden epaulets on his shoulders. Saluted by the soldiers, the man approaches you. Salute him. Button. Salute him. Crossing his arms, the stone-faced officer stands before you. He says, at ease. We're leaving soon. From what I hear, you're quite resourceful. Thought I might bring you up to speed. Let's hear it. Button. Let's hear it. He explains, we don't know much about the situation. Here's what we do know. The Western District has fallen. Because of the naval blockade, we're going to circumvent the city and rendezvous with the Ragtag Squadron. They're holed up in a burned village southwest of Roberg. And then we'll take it from there. Character, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. He chuckles. Not really. But if you have any further questions, now is the time to ask. What can you tell me about the city? Button.
Now, all these questions
What do you...
here,
Inventory
they're
tab.
just-
What do you know?
they're just information.
What? He chuckles.
We're gonna ask
Not
him
What can you tell me about this? What can you tell me about the city? The capital of Roberg is built on both sides of Lash River. The western part is called Loga. That's our jurisdiction. Hydron Bridge will take you across the river to Walfka, the eastern district. Continue east and you will reach the Noble Heights, a city within the city, walled off from the rest. That's beyond our jurisdiction. Previous. Jurisdiction? Jurisdiction? What do you mean by that? Walfgood is governed by the knightly authority. Commoners like me aren't allowed to set foot on the Noble Heights.
Wow.
What do you know about the foreign invaders? Button. What do you know about the foreign invaders? They come from a different continent, northwest of Tam Kiris. I don't know much about them, to be honest. I heard they worship no gods but their own emperors and that they have carved a path of imperial conquest across the globe. Most recently, they laid waste to the lands of Penosa. Guess we're next in line. Previous. Well, I have no further questions. Button. Character. I have no further questions. Look around. But, good. He turns away from you to address the soldiers. Take your places, everyone. We shall travel under cover of darkness. Praise be Fenris, and may the god of death have mercy on our souls. The soldiers obey. Soon enough, the galley is set in motion. Look, Carrot, look around. Button. Look around. The sun sets beyond the forest hills of Griefin Island. As the soldiers toil behind the oars of the galley, you take one last look at the vanishing town of Set. The ship travels south between the banks of Crone River. Pass the time. Character tab. Pass the time. Pass the time. With nothing else to do, you lean on the railing and gaze across the grasslands of Roe. As time goes on, the moon and the stars are revealed by the cloudless night. Further south, the ship sails from Crone River to the open sea. In the far distance, a light shines on the dark horizon. Behold, character tab.
I am going to end this part here.
Eldrum.
So
Dot. Page 1.
my game will obviously
App switcher.
automatically
Eldrum.
save.
Untold.
I'm going to
Eldrum.
close
Untold.
the,
Active. Closing
up
Eldrum.
here.
Fan fiction
Go
plot. Screen recording in
to-
progress. No. MICD. 1. Do not. 78. Do not disturb.
Wow.
Image.
I've
Status
been
bar item.
recording for fucking
1. Mic. No sir. Screen. Screen. No. Mic.
hours.
1. Do not dis.
and it's only at 78%. That's fucking crazy. All right.
Control center.
So-
Air. Sound. Selected. Screen. Open controls.
Controls.
Microphone. Mic. Stop.
So I hope you enjoyed part 2 of Eldrum Untold. Part 3, I'll be doing this as soon as I have the time. So that's it. Peace out, and I'll see you next time.